If there's anything Graham and I have for Nintendo, it's zero tolerance.
Hello, one and all, and welcome to the latest episode of the SEGA Spirit Show. It's your healthy dose of blue skies, blast processing, and a whole lot of retro-fueled enthusiasm. I'm Graham, and I invite everyone at home to make some noise for Scotty Mo, the only person I know to beat a real hedgehog in a foot race, and then apologise for stealing its shoes. Well, today we're strapping on our Kevlar and diving headfirst into Zero Tolerance, the Mega Drive's most unforgiving first-person shooter. We also have some smoking hot community news. It's a homebrew extravaganza with not one, not three, but two releases coming to the Sega Mega Drive or Sega Genesis if you're in America. Plus, an elusive Mega Drive beat-em-up is now playable via emulators. And there are some more updates on Mario Kart 64 for the Dreamcast. And Scotty's favourite Sonic the Hedgehog goes 4K on PC. So watch out for a ring sparkle overload. So gather round, good people of the internet, and join us as we celebrate the Sega community, classics, and more on the SEGA Spirit Show! So hello everyone, welcome back, welcome. Hi Scotty, how are you doing this week?
Hello, I'm good. Was just testing the focus of my camera there.
Woohoo!
Yep. I'm here and I'm ready. Are we doing pickups?
We're doing pickups, what have you been
Pickup
playing, what have
status?
you been doing,
Nerd
all those
nerd cred,
niceties. Yep,
game status.
yep.
I beat a game. Doesn't
Woo!
happen much often, but I saw the credits on Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. This is
Ooh.
the cool I am 8-bit PS4 version, but I did it. I recommend grabbing this version physically. Get it.
Yeah.
What did they do it on? PS4. They even did an Xbox version, I believe, and they did a Switch version, of course, but comes with oh, that's a code I don't want anyone to see. Comes with a bunch of goodies. Sticker fell
Nice.
out. It doesn't matter. Graffiti stuff and whatever. But very cool game. If you like Jet Set Radio, you got to play it.
Cool.
It's so good. It came out like 2 years ago. I'm really slow at playing games, but it's got that Jet Set aesthetic. The graffiti drawn is easier than the first Jet Set Radio. Not as easy, not as carefree easy as Future. Future, I think you just hit one button. I don't think you did anything after that. I think you just
Yeah.
bloop.
It's been so long since I played Future, but yeah, I remember that
Has
I
been
think
a
you just
while.
press some buttons rather than
Yeah,
actually using the
but
control stick. But
yeah, but this one is solid. It has a cool story. It has an
hmm.
actual story. I barely remember Jet Set's story, even
Oh,
though I've
that had a
played it so many
story.
times. But
Um,
uh,
yeah,
you got to take down the man. I think was basically the gist of it.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. You've got rollerblades, you've got skateboards, you've got bikes, uh, and your cool crew called Bomb Rush. And I think that maybe are they just Bomb Rush or they Bomb Rush Cyberpunk? I don't remember. You don't have to play as one dude the whole time, but you can. But yeah, it's just a well-made game. The ending, though, kind of felt a little anticlimactic. The final boss didn't feel like a final boss. There were other bosses in it, but it was still cool and it still felt big and everything. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed it overall. Can't recommend it enough to Jet Set fans, and it's easier to control than the first Jet Set. Holy crap. The coolest thing, and it's the little things, your objective in the pause menu after you finish the game, that it would always be objective like earn enough cred or find the whatever clan or find the whoever um, turf war, initiate this thing. But after you beat it, it just said objective, hang out. And
No,
so I
that's
thought
pretty
that
cool.
was pretty neat.
That is quite a
Yeah.
nice little. Yeah, I quite like it when they do little things like that in games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can play it after. You still have, I mean, if I really wanted to, I could try to find all of the graffiti, well, I almost called them graffiti souls, but yeah, those things and the soundtracks and which soundtrack is also good. Naganuma did tracks for it, who
Ooh.
did the original Jet Set track.
Yeah.
A bunch of indie artists also took part. You can get the vinyl, you can get the soundtrack everywhere too. Um, but it was good, and I recommend it. Have you played that at all? Have you touched it at all?
No, I know it exists. I remember all the chatter about it when they were first making it. Was it a Kickstarter from memory, or was that something else?
Maybe a few. Hover was a
Maybe that's what I'm
Kickstarter, I
thinking. It was
think.
because I know there was something similar, at least something similar that was also a
Not as
Kickstarter.
great. That
Yeah.
game was okay, but I think it bit off more than it could chew.
Hmm.
It was cool, but it had online multiplayer that
Oh,
sort of
that's pretty
worked.
cool.
I don't know. It was okay. Hover was okay, but Bomb Rush is definitely what I
Yeah,
wanted as a Jet
it's
Set fan.
this is something I've seen. I think it looks really awesome. I just never picked it up. But is it on
Yeah, grab
PC?
it.
Because if
It
it's on
started
PC,
on PC. I bought it on PC not
okay,
knowing console versions were coming out or the console versions hadn't been announced yet. I'm not sure. Either way, I own the game twice, so I've
okay,
really helped
fair
the
enough.
developer.
Yeah, so
And I
I
mean,
might
not that I wouldn't want to.
go ahead and pick it up on PC now that I've got a fairly decent gaming PC. I might actually start buying more PC games. So
Yeah,
yeah,
get those Chivos.
yeah,
Get those Chivos.
that's
And
cool.
then I also picked up a strategy guide. Just
What?
so happened to grab the Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2 Sega's official player's guide.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's old and it's great. And this guide is written from the point of view of Sonic, so
Oh,
that's
that's
fun.
actually pretty
Um,
cool.
Somebody left their codes in here. I don't know what these are for because these are definitely not Sonic codes.
Unless
I
it's
don't
Game
know.
Genie or whatever codes, possibly.
Those are usually 8 characters. These are That's 7. No, that's 7, and that one's 8 characters. I don't know. But here, I'll read you some snippets here. I have some bookmarks. It starts out with, "Hi, I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. Welcome to Mobius. That's my planet. It's a real nice place. Well, it was until Dr. Ivo Robotnik came along, imprisoned all my friends, and spoiled it all. Come along with me and help me send Robotnik and all of his evil sidekicks back where they came from. I'll show you how to defeat Robotnik and all of his insidious mechno monsters. I'll also tell you where all the good stuff is hidden and how to get them. And I've even got a few extra special secrets to share too. Check out this handy guide through Mobius and join me in my fight to free my friends and make the planet a safe and fun place again."
That's awesome.
Um, but it covers, yeah, and then it's like we got to know how it all started, and it starts with the an Archie Comics
That
Sonic
is
comic,
really
which is
cool.
probably the only time we've seen like Nintendo and Archie do something directly together. Uh, and This covers Sonic 1 and 2 on Genesis and on Game Gear, which is pretty
Ooh.
neat. So it's
Yeah.
let's see here. What was the other? There was another. Oh, this is funny. The beginning of Green Hill. It says, "Green Hill is the land of opportunity." That's the first line. Um, so you know, they call the speed shoes power sneakers,
Yeah, I remember that.
and they also. Let me see here. What was the other thing? Oh, I don't know about this. I found this interesting. To foil Robotnik's plans, you'll need to collect all 6 Chaos Emeralds. True fans will know there are only 6 Chaos Emeralds in the first Sonic game, and I think one on Game Gear or something. Um, but it says, to foil Robotnik's plans, you'll need to collect all 6 Chaos Emeralds. These powerful gems hold the negative energy of the universe in them. Didn't know that.
Oh,
You must unite them all to defeat Robotnik and bring harmony back to Mobius. I've never heard of that. Um,
I do
oh,
remember. So I do remember actually. The power sneaker thing.
yeah.
The manual for the original Sonic the Hedgehog. The whole reason that Sonic could run fast was because of his shoes.
Oh,
He wasn't fast. It was apparently his shoes that made him fast. And then you
interesting.
got power sneakers, which are even more powerful to make you run even faster. But yeah, in the manual, that's what it says.
Oh,
And then
hmm.
after that, they just went, he's just a fast hedgehog.
I've never seen this artwork before.
Ooh, hold on a second. I'm going to make
Where
your
he's like
screen big.
standing, leaning on a totem pole at night on the top of a mountain or
Mm,
something.
that is really
I've
cool.
never seen that art. Um, let's see here. Where was the? Oh, I love stuff like this. I thought it was gonna mainly be this, but like giant
Oh,
maps
yes.
of the
Yes.
zones.
I love those.
Not all of them are like that, unfortunately. You can see there, like if you're looking at the stuff you're sharing, there's kind of smaller maps. The Game Gear does not have this, unfortunately. It's got like guides to get to the emeralds and stuff, which I never could do because they're scattered throughout the levels rather than going to
Yeah.
bonus levels to get them in the
Yes.
first game at least.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, look at this madness.
Hold on a second. I'm going to
This is on
share your
page
screen.
103 if you want to make it real
Oh,
big. But
103. Okay, let's go to 103.
the Carnival Night Act
Ooh,
2?
wow.
Yeah, that's nuts. So it's just cool to see that, and insane to think that someone created that from nothing. Um,
Yeah, I
and
love that.
yeah, there's just fun little like how he introduces things and how he says things. Oil Ocean Zone. Robotnik is up to his old slippery tricks. This time he's built his nasty oil refinery full of mutant sea creatures, deadly traps, and secret routes. The oil itself, the oil ocean itself is thick crude. You can bounce on top of it if you fall down. Explore thoroughly. You never know what you'll find.
Ooh.
Um, and so it tells you how to get through everything and gives you some maps here and there. And then it does have Sonic on Game Gear 1 and 2. But then the best part, in my opinion, and oh, well, we can't forget that artwork. Being cool with headphones.
What page is that
Let's
on?
see. 173.
Ooh,
And he's
nearly there.
saying, "Wow, that was a blast. A sonic blast. And you were great. I bet Robotnik won't show his face around here for a long time." Well, who knows? Maybe you'd better keep your eyes open in case he shows up in your neighborhood. Gotta go for now, though, so don't be slow. I know I won't. See you next time. And then the next page is Sonic merch, baby.
Oh, yeah.
When I saw this, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely buying this guide." Um, so for listeners, there's like a Sonic Letterman's jacket, a bunch of shirts. One of the shirts says, "Got a stride, Clyde." You know, that classic Sonic phrase. Uh, there's a hat, a bunch of puzzles. There's a denim jacket with the big two and Sonic and Tails standing next to it. I still have this shirt, which is a white, like, "Are you up to it?" And it has Sonic standing next. It is a child's size, but I still have it. Did not know about the Sonic board game that apparently exists.
What?
And I definitely had that wristwatch game. Um, but it's just a lot of good merch. Do
Oh,
they
man.
still call it swag? I don't know. And then there's the order form in the
Oh,
back.
my God. Actually, whoa, whoa, whoa. So, actually, on that
Uh-oh.
page, sorry, 1 second. Where has it gone? Wait, sorry. This is worth it, I think. I think it's worth it.
Do it. Yeah, black Sonic Tails hat, LCD wrist game, handheld LCD game, excuse me, 60-piece puzzle, denim jacket,
Yes.
athletic shoes, high styling
Sorry.
t-shirts.
I was
Good stuff.
For our feature
Mhm.
topic today, I had to go up to the attic to get some stuff to actually be able to play it. But while I was up there in my box, you just showed on that screen some of the Sonic merch, and there is the Sonic LCD, like Tiger handheld thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, guess what I found up there? Woohoo!
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. There it is.
Yep.
Real
There we
life,
have it.
buddy.
Oh yeah. I haven't got the
Boy.
batteries in it because batteries melt after a while or whatever, go corrosive.
Oh, good. You
So
didn't. They
I've
explode.
removed
Yeah.
them. Yeah. So don't
Love
know if
it.
it still works, but yeah, I found that and I was like, should I put that back in the attic? No, I'm keeping this. I'm keeping this down here. So yeah, I had it on the floor under a
Yeah.
pile of stuff basically next to me.
Nice.
Um, very happy to show that. So cool.
That's good stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
Nice.
Actually, I do know where that watch is, but I'm not gonna grab it right now because
Okay,
you
fair
already
enough.
showed off that. But that's pretty cool. I want to find that board game though. I can't even fathom what a 1990s Sonic board game would entail. Uh,
Yeah.
but I mean, there was a board game for everything, just like there was I don't even know what, just merchandising, you know?
Help your
Um,
favorite rad runner defeat the evil Dr. Robotnik. That's what it says. And it says based on the hit video game Sonic the Hedgehog.
game.
Yeah, based on the hit video game Sonic the Hedgehog game.
Yep. Yeah,
Man.
it's pretty good.
Oh wait, I
Yeah,
actually
just
understand
how.
this now. It's called Sonic the Hedgehog game,
Oh,
but it's
yes.
based on a video game. Sorry, my brain as I read that made no sense. I was like, what? Okay.
That's okay. Oh man, I'm reading this one, and this will be the last one. But yeah, the beginning of all of these, it shows like Sonic says something in a multicolored blast, like "Hey, hi, hello," and then he says something cool or introduces the zone. For Marble Zone is a funky place, funky and hot. Don't stand around in a lava lake, nope, don't stand around in a lava lake, or you'll get a hot foot. And Sonic don't play that game. If you're good and clever, you can get at least 2 extra Sonics in each act. Sonic don't play that game. Okay, great.
I'm trying to
So yeah,
what?
the intros that Sonic gives for you to get through his games are really good. Um, there are some cool maps, not complete maps of every single place, but still some awesome artwork and, windows
Yeah,
tilted and all that nonsense. Back when strategy guides were trying to really pull you in, and they
yeah.
weren't just a description line for line, paragraph for paragraph of now go down this hallway, 3 lefts and a right, and you put the key in that door.
Yeah,
So
that's what I miss because it does seem like later on it was just as well. Basically, what you said. Yeah, at least they're having fun. It's kind of drawing you in. It makes it fun to actually just read it. You know,
yeah, yeah,
they've got
yeah,
these
yeah.
all these little bits. They're sort of talking about other things. I think that's really awesome. Man, I really want to get that. I don't know if that was released over here because that seems very American, like all the stuff. So
Yeah, I don't know.
maybe I should
Uh,
just Google it later and see if I can find it or something similar.
yeah, it does say it doesn't, or I think it said it was also Prima. Um, Prima. We had mainly over here. We had Prima and Brady games like Brady,
Oh,
and then
okay.
Prima was This is Prima Publishing, so it's an early strategy guide by Prima, Prima.
Yeah, I've heard
But
of
yeah,
them. Um,
and there were others. I can't remember. I'm sure I could grab a couple of my guides and tell you what other companies made stuff, but and all kinds of unofficial stuff. But that's an official one, I suppose.
yeah. Oh, awesome.
So
That's good. Anything else? Have you been up to anything this week or done anything else? Or
no, that's really it. It's been a busy week, but I mean, I finished a game. I mean, I finished a game last week. But I was like, you know what? Let's Cyberpunk is Sega related. I rarely beat a game. Let's just talk about that game. So
fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Awesome.
Oops.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, what have I been doing? I've got a couple of pickups. Which I went to a retro store and I found Stunt GP for the Sega Dreamcast,
All
which
right.
I've never played. I don't know anything
I don't know what
about it.
that
I'm
is.
assuming from what I can tell, it's basically I don't know if you can see the images there. It's
Oh gosh, you guys in your boxes with 5,000 languages. What's
so-
the hold that
oh,
up again? I can't
oh,
even see the screenshots.
yeah, the screenshots are
Sheesh.
tiny. It's kind of
Oh, is
blurry.
that a like not really Revolt, but probably a Revolt sequel?
It seems like it. That's what I was about to say. It seems like it could be like a Revolt style game because it looks. Actually, does it say? I'll try and read the. Oh my god, the writing is tiny even when I'm actually reading it properly. Um, Hold on tight for the ultimate in radio controlled racing. Yes, it's probably like Revolt.
Uh,
Stunt GP is as close as you ever get to the gravity defying stunts and lightning speed racing or radio controlled cars, other than owning a radio controlled car, I guess.
uh-huh.
In a range of beautifully rich environments, jam-packed with ramps, flyovers, and loop-the-loops, perform exhilarating daredevil stunts while racing sensational vehicles at breakneck speeds. Stunt GP's stunning visuals provide total player immersion for maximum fun and adrenaline-pumping action. Race the 16 sensational vehicles from Wild Wheels, Speed Demon, or Aero Blaster categories across 24 awesome crazy tracks. Play an arcade, exhibition championship, and time trial modes to earn a place in the leaderboard. Customize your vehicles with thousands of possible different combinations to glean that last bit of speed or power or amazing stunts. Beat your friends, multiplayer racing action, split screen head-to-head action. And then it goes straight into French. Préparez-vous pour la simulation.
Oh, well, yep. Yes, it does.
Brilliant.
Looks like it only came out in Europe on Dreamcast.
Okay.
Or on Dreamcast in Europe. Same with Windows, and over here we got it on only PS2.
Oh, okay.
And then you also
So
got it on PlayStation 2. So there you go. You got
I,
an
yeah,
exclusive, or
yeah.
what's the word I'm looking for?
Uh, well,
Maybe
Dreamcast
that is.
PAL exclusive, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, PAL
Yeah.
exclusive.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, because it's made by Team 17, and I think they were a British development studio. They're the people who made Worms, more famously.
Yeah,
And
they've done a
published
lot.
by Eon Digital Entertainment, who I've never heard of, and they're based in London, apparently. So, yeah, according to
Me
the back of
neither.
this. So that makes sense. Cool. Yes, I picked that up. It was pretty cheap, £12, which isn't too bad. And then I picked up a loose cartridge of Bubsy.
Oh, no.
Bubsy the Bobcat for the Mega Drive. The reason I bought
Yeah.
this was I mentioned them before. The Console Wars guys, years ago, they actually did a video review of Bubsy, and they hated it. But as they were playing it, I was like, I kind of really want to play this game. And this was really cheap. And I was like, it's it's just a loose car. So I was like, I'm going to get this. I want to play it. I want to actually experience how bad this game is. And then I got home. And as I mentioned, as I was going up in my loft or attic looking for the stuff for this week's feature topic, and I found the Sonic game, I also found in the box some Mega Drive games. And among them was a boxed copy of Mumsy.
That is the life of a retro collector.
Oh, man. Annoyingly, not even complete. So it's missing the manual.
Oh, jeez.
But it has the cartridge and it's probably slightly better condition as well. So there we go.
Your original one is?
No, the original one is slightly better condition. So if I can, I'll try and take that back to the shop, but it wasn't a shop near me, so I don't know. I'm going to have to see if I can get that done.
If anything, you've got trade fodder if you ever need to trade with somebody.
Exactly, yeah. If anyone wants to play apparently a terrible game.
I've got 2.
Yep, there you go. And
what's the worst Bubsy game? 2 of it. Sorry, go ahead.
Aside from that, I've been playing, which is our feature game, which I mention. I mentioned at the start of the show actually. Zero Tolerance. So I've been playing some Zero Tolerance, which is awesome. He's got the Genesis version. I've got the Mega Drive version. Which one's better? We'll find out in a minute. We probably won't because we haven't actually compared them. We're going to go into that a bit more. Although, actually, I'll say this now. I was going to play my original kart version, but when I opened up the case, there was no game in it. So that was frustrating. However, I then discovered that I randomly have a Super Drive, which is basically a Mega EverDrive Pro or whatever. Mm-hmm. I think it's a cheap knockoff of that. But basically, if you don't know, it's a cartridge which has an SD card in and you can load ROMs onto it. So I loaded Zero Tolerance onto it, which hopefully isn't too much of a grey area because I actually own the game, but have misplaced it. But yeah, so I've got that playing. I had that and put that in my Mega Drive. And I also had to buy a new cable to actually get it to work properly because my old cable was all broken and fuzzy. So again, life of a retro collector. And because I haven't played on my Mega Drive for a while, actually. But yeah, very exciting. Good stuff. And then finally, in my spare time, I've been watching a show which I don't know if I've ever mentioned to you, Scotty, Taskmaster.
I know of it. A lot of people have done that or tried to do aspects of it over here in the US.
Okay. Yeah, so if anyone doesn't know, it's... Oh, God, I can't explain it quickly. I was trying to explain quickly. It's a TV show, which basically there is a man called the Taskmaster, and his persona, as it were, is basically just being a bit of a mean-spirited person who comes up with tasks that celebrities, normally comedians and comedic TV presenters, are on the show, basically. And he has a little sidekick, and the sidekick is actually the person who came up with the show and actually does plan the tasks. But the whole joke is that this Taskmaster is meant to be setting these tasks, and all he does is judge how well they do it. And over the course of like several months, the contestants, they basically go off and they actually film them doing these different tasks. They each have to do the same task. There's 5 contestants each series, but yeah, they each have to do the same tasks. But the fun thing is, the tasks are often a bit strange, a bit weird. At first you might think, oh, I have to do it this certain way, but sometimes you can get around it by breaking the rules or bending the rules even. Because if the guidelines of the task are open to interpretation, you can get around them doing it like a different way. The beauty of it is it's just a really, really funny show. I'm not explaining it very well, but if you get a chance, Taskmaster, especially the UK version, is really, really funny. I've been going back and watching. They've done like 20 seasons now. I was rewatching season 16. And you probably, for people who are outside the UK, you probably won't recognise anyone on it. Occasionally they do get some international people. They have actually had some Canadians. I think they've had a couple of Americans and people from Australia and New Zealand as well on the show. And it's just really funny. It's just something about it's really funny. The first couple of series, if you do go back and watch from the very start, first couple of series are a bit ropey. They're still good, but they're not quite as polished, not quite as clean. But it just gets better and better. And if you want to jump into one, there's a series with Bob Mortimer, who's a British comedian, TV presenter guy. He is absolutely mental, and him doing the task and just everything in that show was really funny. So I just want to recommend that. If you want to laugh, it's great. So there we go. That's it. Okay, let's wrap that up.
It has intricate, or I don't know, one podcast I watched that like ripped it off. They had a task where you had to find this most example of this, and then completely destroy it, and then put it back together as best you can. Like that was the overall task.
Yeah.
So and someone brought in a Lego set that they made and took a lot of time. They did not destroy it, and so they were like, "Well, how am I not winning at the end by putting it back together?" They're like, "You didn't follow the first rule of having to destroy it."
Yeah.
So they lost, even though it was like perfectly put back together since it was never taken apart. Like stuff like that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really clever. Like some of the stuff they do. I'm trying to think of good examples. There's so many good examples of when the contestants will do something really clever and kind of outsmart the competition.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's always funny if they screw up, but they don't always sometimes the contestants don't realize they've screwed up, so they'll think they've done really well. And the whole point is they have a live studio show in front of a live audience, which is what they're recording. And they will see playback footage of how well they did in tasks. So sometimes it's the first time they've actually seen it being done. And yeah, some people think, oh, they've done really well. And then it's like they've just done terribly. And it's really funny. Yeah.
It sounds cool. Why did you decide to watch that all of a sudden?
Oh, I just felt like I needed to be a stressful week with work and stuff. I was like, I need to be cheered up a bit. And just Taskmasters came to my head because it's one of those shows that I absolutely love. And I've seen most of it. I haven't actually caught up with the later series or seasons. But I thought, I'll go back and rewatch some of the older ones. But I didn't want to go back to the start because I'd already done that multiple times.
Sure.
So I was just rewatching one of the series. And then I'm going to...
Kind of forces you to pay attention, but not think a lot.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's really good. Cool. Right, anyway... Scotty, is there anything else? Any other niceties and intro nonsense we need to do?
I bought an indie game. I'll just mention it real
quick.
Oh,
yeah, please do.
Forgetting that I did. I got Puzzle Collection by Orion Soft.
Lovely.
They are the creators of Escape 2042, but it's on Dreamcast, and it's the puzzle games Yopaz Ice Star. Oh, crap. Yopaz Ice Star, Yopaz, and then Turtle Chomp. But cool. Yeah, just some random puzzle games that they threw on a collection for Dreamcast. The dev has made a bunch of stuff and got to support indie. So Orion Soft does a lot of cool stuff.
They've done some really good stuff. They did like a point and click adventure type thing, a bit like Myst, which I can't remember what it's called now. Like at least
that one looked weird.
Yeah, at least I want to say Elysium or something like that.
Or Elysia or something.
Elysia or something like that. Yeah, I can't remember.
I was thinking of something else.
Oh, are you? Okay.
But I do know that one that you're talking about. Yeah.
Cool.
So that's all I've done.
Sweet. Same here. Here we go. So with that, we're going to move into the thing we have every week, which is the SEGA Shuffle. Yo, so yes, if you don't know, SEGA Shuffle, each episode I challenge Scotty's Sega knowledge by randomly generating various Sega-themed words. There could be a video game, it could be a character, it could be a developer, like a prominent person in the Sega world. Sega-themed words, basically. The challenge is I have to try and describe what that word is without saying the word at all, or any of the words within the whole sentence, if that makes sense. So... I always give Scotty 1 minute. So normally, no, I always give Scotty 1 minute, and that's it. I'm going to do exactly the same this week.
I hope so.
And yeah, so last week you got the score of 5, which I don't believe is your best. I think 6 is your best.
Yeah, 6 was my best. The week before that, I got 4, if I recall correctly. But
so maybe I'll go back up to 6 again. So yeah, let's see what we can do. And remember, Scotty, if you don't know, you can say pass. You don't have to struggle. So okay, you ready?
Ready.
Cool. And 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's a Japanese-only Genesis action game with electric attacks and zippy level design. You're kind of like a superhero. I think there's pink. You've got like sort of pink weapons, or like you can fire pink stuff.
No idea. Pass.
Okay, side-scrolling shooter, also on the Genesis, where you start as a beat cop. You're a beat cop, and you upgrade to a jetpack-wearing enforcer.
What? I also have no idea. I'm done with this one already. Holy shit. Keep going, I guess.
Another Mega Drive game, or Genesis game, a strategic arcade action game where it blends puzzle solving and tactical shooting, and you have to attack people. Oh, I can't remember how to explain it. Oh, man. The bossy villain from Fantasy Zone. He's a flying fortress with bizarre attacks.
No idea.
Oh, man. Okay, a stealth comedy platformer starring two bug-eyed burglars, and they're dodging guards and alarms.
Brothers.
Yes, there we go. And you're out of time. I'm so sorry.
That was horrible.
That was so bad.
I usually get the most niche bullcrap. Rookie cop that gets a rocket pack? What? Show's over. See ya.
Oh, man. Okay. Do you want me to actually explain what those were?
Yeah.
So the first one is Pulseman. I couldn't really work out how to explain who that is.
That was released over here, too. I didn't... Yeah, I own that game.
I thought it was only in Japan. Is it not only in Japan?
No, I definitely have it.
Damn it. Okay. I apologize because I said Japanese only.
Right.
So I could always give you a bonus point, maybe. For me. I don't know.
I don't need pity points.
The other one, the beat cop who upgrades into a jetpack wearing enforcer. I couldn't really say cop or police. Well, they said cop. I couldn't say police, but it was Cyber Police eSWAT.
Oh, sheesh. Okay.
Which is, I guess, a tough one. The next one, which is actually this one was quite difficult for me to explain because the game is called Game Ground, which has been released on some of the Mega Drive collections or Genesis collections.
If you said top-down military shooter, I would have got that.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know how to explain it.
All right. Well, at least I know what these are.
Yeah. And the villain from Fantasy Zone is called Greedy.
Sure.
Maybe, you know what? When it's a word like that, maybe I should try and say, if you're really hungry and you want lots of food or something, maybe I should not just try and describe the game or boss word.
Gluttony. That's gluttony more than
greedy.
Well,
you'd still say you're greedy, wouldn't you?
But
okay.
I don't know. You want a lot of things and you're selfish. Greedy. Boom. Yeah, he's a big...
Fine, okay.
You're talking about the one that's like, it looks like one section of a totem pole or whatever, right? The boss.
Oh, yes, yeah. I think that's what it was like. Yeah.
All right. Well, at least I know what these things are. Cool. I got two. Suck it.
Well, you got one.
Wow, great.
You got Bonanza Brothers. Sorry.
Yeah, well, there are two of them.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Two brothers.
Oh, I am so sorry.
That's right. It's bound to have a rough round eventually, I guess.
Yeah, it's genuinely, if you are wondering and anyone else is wondering, I do actually have these randomly generated. I am not just coming up with these things. I get a thing that randomly generates the names and I add it to my outline basically for Scotty. And now I try my best to explain what they are. I do actually delete ones that I don't really know. So I'm trying to make it better. Right. Anyway, we'll move on.
I'm going to just organize my desk so I can feel accomplished. Yep.
So with that, let's move on to the community news. Anyway, as always, we have some fun Sega community news. And to just kick it off, did you know, Scotty, there's actually some very exciting Sega news? Because Sega president, I'm going to butcher his name, I apologize. Shuji
Utsumi.
Utsumi, yeah, Shuji Utsumi has, officially or unofficially endorsed us. He's endorsed this show, the SEGA Spirit Show. Sure. He has, and I will explain how. So he actually did an interview with the Game Business Show. This is actually from Time Extension, the website Time Extension. They talk about it, but he is quoted saying, "I'd really like to revive that SEGA spirit." Well, here we are. Come and say hi. There we go.
We did it for you, buddy. We did it for you.
We're here. We're live and kicking. You got to come and say hi. Join the show.
We'll be on the show next week, right?
Yeah,
next
hopefully.
time,
Yeah, yeah.
next
We'll
episode.
we'll get some
Lucky
people in touch
seven.
with him or whatever. Yeah, I'll hop onto social media, which I never do.
Yeah, we'll
And
ask him where Shenmue 4 is.
yep. And I'll just give you the full quote. He actually says, I'd really like to revive that Sega spirit sometime around 2000, even around the 1980s. We were regarded as a very cultural company. If you compare it to the music industry, I believe Sega brings rock and roll. In the arcade business, we really had a rock and roll mindset and trying to provide new stuff. So nowadays, we want Sega to always be trying something different while respecting the old times too. I feel that's what we do on the show, dude. We're here. Come on, the Sega
Yeah,
spirit is
that's our
here.
new. He just came up with our what's it called? Team thing, the mission statement. He just came up with our mission
He
statement.
did. I'm gonna have to add that to every show now. But
Yep, SEGA Spirit Industries.
oh yeah,
That's it.
but that's it. So Scotty, the next bit of news. Do you want to kick this one off?
That's funny. Yeah, so we got if only the screen would load. Yeah, you've got the video playing there.
I've got
Super
the video
Robin.
playing. Yes.
It's a homebrew game. Now where did it go? Nope, there it is. Sorry, I thought I had this ready, but apparently I just don't. Yep, there it is. So this is it looks like flicky at first,
Hmm.
but a little bit beefier in the graphics. I don't know what type. This is a one screen type game, but you have platforms you jump onto. Almost, I hate to compare it to this, but if you look at the very first Super Mario Brothers, where they're just under the sewers and stuff running
Mm-hmm.
around, but it looks like you have to collect different things and then open doorways. But from what I understand, this video that we have playing, it gets pretty difficult
Yeah.
as you progress. So it's very vibrant. You play as a robin. You're a super robin. And how do they describe this game? What do they actually call it?
They called it an
Um,
arcade style game where you collect all the items and fruit to unlock the exits. And there are 3 worlds, 10 levels in each world,
oh,
so there's
there it
30
is.
levels in
Okay.
total. And
Sorry. The link didn't have the game. It just took us to something else. Never mind. If you scroll to the top, and actually click on Super Robin in the middle rather than their blog, it gives
ah,
more of a description about it. Um, But yeah, so like it says there, collect the 7 cherries in order to open the locked door and progress to the next level whilst avoiding the various baddies and obstacles.
yeah.
So you
So
got different boots and hearts and clocks and poison. Uh-oh. So there's
uh,
a thing you can collect to die.
yes, yes, there are actually there are enemies that attack you, but also some of the pickups can kill you as well. And
Mhm.
yeah, so it's time-based games. You have to collect the clock to increase the time and stuff. But oh yeah, and there's the different boots as well. So you've got extra jump, and you can shoot fireballs. Okay, that's good, and invincibility. But there is so actually, if you go to, we'll add the link in the description. But yeah, Camden Town Games, their blog or website, they actually have 2 different demos. One's the PAL version, one's the USA version, so you can download it and I guess play on emulators or add it to your Mega Ever Drive Pro thing, whatever you've got. And
Mhm.
yeah, give it a try. So yeah, that's what the Sega Guru. So that video we actually showed was actually from the Sega Guru. Love his stuff, but yeah, he was sort of giving a mini preview review of the game, and yeah, from what he was saying, it actually gets pretty damn tough, but it seems pretty good. I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks cool. Simple enough, but I'm sure hard to master.
Yeah, there's good stuff. So, and moving on, we have another homebrew game. This one's called InkVenture, also for the Mega Drive and Genesis. And basically, you play a character called Gloop, who is apparently a slime single dad. He's on a colourful quest through another dimension. So this one looks pretty interesting as well. So this is also from the Sega Guru, this video. But
That's gonna autoplay and have some noise to it, I think. Oh, never mind. I thought you were on the website, not the
oh no,
video.
I
Never mind.
this is
Never
actually
mind.
sorry, this is his video and he's actually going through the website as well. Sorry, I should have skipped forward. But basically, they've got a whole cutscene. He's a single dad. His kids go into this paint bucket thing and they get warped into another dimension basically. And he has to go in there. And the whole thing is it's like a puzzle platform game. You have to try and jump onto, you have to be the same color as the platform that the paint bucket's on. So you basically have to go through and collect the different color paint buckets, and that unlocks the end level paint bucket, if that makes sense.
I have my notes here. Never did I think, I even made a comment on not this video, but the devs video. Never did I think that Super Magnetic Neo, the physics or the design in that would help me understand how this game works. But yeah, you have to be the color that you're on. So like the color of North and South in that weird game on Dreamcast, Super Magnetic Neo, it's flipped, but for some reason that helped me understand this. Like he can't
Okay,
walk across blue surfaces unless he's blue. He can't walk across red unless he's the color red, the same
right.
color.
Let's double checking. Has he got? Oh, so he got download now. So is this actually available?
Mhm.
The full game might be available now. For some reason, I thought it was just a demo that was available at the moment. It's available on Steam as well. Oh, it
Yeah,
is.
he's on
It is the
Steam.
demo. It is the demo only, I think, because it says the web play demo includes 10 levels. So yeah, that's cool though. I'm actually interested to play this game. I like these sort of things. The next piece of news. Do you want to take it?
Get ready for drama.
Woohoo!
The elusive Paprium, a game that was kickstarted by the team Watermelon. This is a beat 'em up side scrolling game with Genesis aesthetics in mind, but it did get released sort of on the Genesis. And the Kickstarter was insane. They were going to port it to everything. Like there was an arcade cabinet for someone. They were going to make it on Game Gear. I backed it. I don't know where my $60 went, but I backed it. That was years ago.
Yeah.
Watermelon's also known for its eccentric developer Fonzie. Megavision's actually interviewed him a couple years ago. He's a character, I'll tell you that much. But um, the worst part about it, as Time Extension mentioned in this article, it was difficult to emulate the game due to the custom hardware until now. And so it's on Genesis plus GX Core for the RetroArch. RetroArch is kind of is an emulator that it's one of the better ones out there for sure. But um, yeah, you can play this game now. You can play the emulated version, which there are a lot of people that just want to play this game at this
Yeah.
point. So now you can.
Yeah, 'cause I remember when they sort of was first announced and the whole Kickstarter thing, and then
Hmm.
the weird stuff that happened about it, and then I completely forgot all about it,
Yeah.
to be honest. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
so yeah, from my understanding, it was released on the Mega Drive or Genesis, but only a handful of people got physical copies of it.
Yep.
And is that correct? Yeah,
Yeah.
and then there's lots of people who never got a copy of it, basically.
Right.
Just didn't happen. It was released on the Switch though, wasn't it? And I think was it PC as
Oh
well? It was released
boy.
on.
Maybe. I'm trying to find out what other games they made to tell anyone. I thought they made Pure Solar, unless I'm
Yeah, PS Solar.
incorrect.
That was the other big one, which was was released, wasn't it? Am I going crazy?
Yeah,
I
that's
put
released. I have it on PS3.
okay because
Got
in my
official
head there was
physical
something
versions
else
and
about
stuff.
that which was also controversial. But I can't remember what that was.
Pure Solar? I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of something else. That's a game I really wanted to get and didn't have the money at the time, and now it's ridiculously expensive. You can't really get
Yeah,
it.
right. Yep.
Hmm. But yeah.
Yep. So it's cool that people can finally play that, or a
Oh
wider
yeah.
audience anyway, because a lot of people have wanted to and just haven't gotten their game. And there's a whole other story. Go look up the Paprium Kickstarter if you want. Artwork is amazing. Luis, who does the cover, did some stuff for Megavisions and
Oh
did
yeah. Yeah.
also some stuff for I can't remember that game we've talked about twice now with the sword on the cover. The guy's like pointing the sword at you. I can't remember now. Um, but like a medieval fantasy Genesis Mega Drive RPG. Um, but yeah, so that's pretty cool that people have that now. And speaking of people being able to play games
Oh yeah.
on whatever console they want,
The next old news is we have yet another update for Mario Kart 64, and guess what? The first mod is basically available already, and you can now play as Sonic. Oh god, that audio. That was muted. I could see it was muted, and it just started playing the audio. Anyway, screw it. Yes. So via Twitter, Falco Gergis, who again seems to be on every episode, he's shown an update where J. Martin has actually added Sonic the Hedgehog into Mario Kart 64 for the Dreamcast release. The sad thing for any Toad fans is that's the character he's replacing. So
oh
yeah,
shoot, that
he
was
hasn't.
actually my main in Mario Kart. Oh well.
Yeah, he hasn't managed to add another character to the roster. He's had to actually go over Toad. I don't know if it's just me, but he seems to be going really fast. I don't know if that's like,
Well, it's Sonic.
yeah, well, that's what I'm wondering. Has he actually managed to change the stats to make Sonic faster, or is that just me? Yeah, but yeah, that's really cool. The more I see of this game, the more I want to play it because it looks really good. Like, as you can see, all the graphical glitches are basically gone now, which we were showing like over the last like couple of episodes, and now you can play as Sonic. So the one question I have though is, could this potentially lead to, I guess, more mods being made for it, or even like a whole new Sonic themed Mario Kart game? Like, could they actually change some of the sprites on the levels to make it look more Sonic rather than Mario? Just have it a whole different feel. Maybe change the shells to a Knuckles glove or something that you fire at someone. Could this be the new Team Sonic Racing that we've been wanting?
Anything could be a new Team Sonic Racing.
Cool.
Anything.
But yeah, that's
neat. I don't have much to say about it. It's Sonic and Mario Kart one step closer, I guess, right?
Yeah, we don't think we need to say anything more because we've covered this a lot. So yeah, just move on. I'm just very excited to see this happen. And the next thing, Scotty, do you want to kick this one off?
On the link.
Do you click on it?
Don't, but I will. I might be choppy for a second. Actually, well, yeah. Why don't you load up the video? Because I've noticed if something's loading in my recording, I get robotic. So
yeah.
Go ahead and play that beautiful beam footage, Graham.
Oh yeah, so I'll just announce it's one of Scotty actually, yeah, I was getting rid of the Sonic. Just to give a preemptive thing for this. I don't know if you know about this, Scotty. This has actually been going on this was actually announced a while ago, but I only found out about it recently because a new video was actually published about it. And based off the back of our Sonic the Hedgehog discussion that we had last time for his birthday, one again, your favorite Sonic game, the one that you love, a fan has now ported it to the PC that you can play it in 4K. You ready for this, buddy?
Is it Sonic and the Secret Rings?
You know me too well. You know me too well.
Great. Hooray. Hooray. I've never wanted to punch my monitor more.
Sorry, buddy. I just thought.
Why would you do this? What are they thinking? It looks great. Hooray. Doesn't mean it plays good. Plays well.
I actually, to be honest, I don't really know a huge amount of it. I just saw that a new video had actually been published about this game, being played in like 4K captured. This wasn't actually, I think it was announced in January or something. The guy behind it is Kuma Pow Z or Kuma Pow's. There's like a release trailer as well that he published on his YouTube, which he published back in that was 6 months ago. He published that. So this has been going on for a while, but there's been just new footage that I've seen online about it basically in the last week or two. So I mean, graphically it looks amazing, but as you say, it may not be good. So there we go. If anyone wants to play Scotty's least favorite, is actually his least favorite Sonic game.
Well, the controls were the reason I hated it, but also the gameplay mechanics. So that's the thing. You can't like Sonic Project 06, which that's what I couldn't remember. The most recent comment mentions Project 06. That was the one that literally fixes Sonic 06 on the 360 and makes it more playable. I don't know how you would do that for this. I don't know how you would do that for Sonic and the Secret Rings. But yeah, I don't want this. I mean, maybe I'll check it out if I can play it. I don't know. If it just looks better, then it's not worth it. But I understand someone wanting to mess with this and have a project and everything just because they can. But
I'm actually just going to download the demo right now and I'll play it later and I'll let you know by next episode if you should avoid it or it could be actually really good.
Did you play it originally or did you only play Black Knight?
Oh no, I played Sonic and the Secret Rings. I actually reviewed it for Sega Nerds back in the day and I didn't hate it. It wasn't brilliant. I thought it was an average game. Like I thought it was vaguely functional and playable.
I think Sonic's first Wii outing.
Actually. It was, yeah. And yeah, but going back and looking at it now, not so good. I think the concept was there, but the motion controls are still like a fun, new, exciting thing. Like, whoa, I can play a Sonic controlling him. But yeah, now it's like, oh god.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, so with that, Scotty, let's move on to our feature topic.
If there's anything Graham and I have for Nintendo, it's zero tolerance. Just kidding. We've got it on the Genesis and the Mega Drive, baby. So, zero tolerance. We're going to talk about this. If anyone has ever heard of or played this game, please sound off in the comments. Because aside from my friend Tucker, who introduced this to me, Graham is literally the first person that has known what this game is in my travels. So, it's it was released on the Genesis in 1994. If you want to go ahead and start the video there, Graham.
Yeah.
So we missed the anniversary, the 30-year anniversary, but we're talking about it now because why not? And you know what? I'll read the back of my box, and you can read the back of yours. We'll see if they differ at all. So it has a screenshot and then little bits of text on the sides there. I'll read real quick.
God, you're
on the left.
We do okay. Actually, no, you read it. We do have to. We'll do a box art comparison because yours is very different to mine by the looks of it.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a first-person shooter, though, on the 16-bit console of the Sega Genesis Mega Drive. It says on here, adrenaline pumping, heart pounding, explosive, nonstop action. Is that a period after each one of those? I can't. It's so small. Use the map to negotiate your way through a deadly 3D environment. Negotiate? Sorry. Okay, let's read this actual description. Kill or be killed. If this 3D game doesn't get your adrenaline pumping, nothing will. Zero Tolerance has you killing alien terrorists who want to annihilate your defense colony. But don't worry, you have an arsenal of weapons to hunt them down through a maze of passageways, hidden doors, and gunfire. Zero Tolerance is heart-pounding, non-stop action as you take out the bad guys with grenades, shotguns, bazookas, and laser guns. And it's all in 3D, 360-degree perspective. Zero Tolerance. You don't just play it, you survive it.
Oh my god. Okay, so that's really funny. My one doesn't have at the top. It doesn't have like a big blurb or like you kind of read something out, but it does have a quote from Sega Power. It says, "Plays like a dream, tricky and huge. I absolutely love it." That's what she said. Sega Power, 91%. That's a really weird way to. And then the actual description. Oh my god! Sorry, just the writing is so small. And at my old age, my eyes are getting too weary.
Yeah, it's small.
It's also the light is shining on my case, and it's like really okay. You have zero tolerance for the terrorists out there against you. They're in your face. Oh, sorry, they're in your face. It's they're in your face. YER. They're in your face, and they have to. Oh my god! And they have to die. The first-person perspective gives you no time to prepare. It's kill or be killed. Pick your weapon of destruction from lasers, bazookas, grenades, or shotguns and go kick some aliens. This is a 3D adrenaline-pumping 360-degree total combat experience. You don't just play it, you survive it.
Oh, they stuck with that, though.
Yeah, they stuck with that. But it's weird. At the start, it says, you have zero tolerance for the terrorists out there against you, and then goes on to say you're fighting aliens.
Yep. That is something. Now, do you have the order forms in your box still?
Oh, no, sir.
Okay. So I have the instruction manual, but then also I did pull out this piece of paper that is printed off the internet. It's literal level cheat codes.
One second, it's making you bigger. There we go. Wow.
So this was in the box too, folded up, but it's every like
I miss those days
and stuff.
Printing out cheat codes.
We'll mention them later. It has games you may also like.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's in there from my college days, I think. And then there's also the accolade, oh god damn it, win a free game. And I dropped the more important piece of paper. Gosh. Where did it go? Okay, somehow it's under my computer desk. Hold on. Okay. This is, I'm going to cover up the address because I actually filled it out. blow away your friends, or join forces to defeat the terrorists. So this is something we'll mention. This is a mail away thing for the 2-player connector cable. But that's pretty neat that I still have that in this thing at
That
least,
is
and I
awesome.
can mail away for it. So this game, we'll talk about, we'll kind of go through a little bit of the history. For some reason, the producer on it was recently doing some panels at a convention that we'll talk about, and it got released in a collection, re-released in a collection, and it had an unreleased sequel. And then in the collection, they also made a new game. So we'll go through all of that. But more than anything, we implore people to play this game because it is a marvel that a first-person
Yes.
shooter exists in the 16-bit era. Um, but yeah, we mentioned that it was released in 1994. The developer is Techno Pop originally, and then Qbyte Interactive did the re-release. The publisher is Accolade, and then the director for this was Scott Hale. The producer, Randall B. Reese, and but there was a full team, designers, artists, everybody helped out with it. It wasn't just a couple of guys. And then it was only released on the Genesis and Mega Drive, but it was not the first person shooter. I thought it was. I thought it was the only first person shooter on Genesis. I knew that in Brazil, Duke Nukem 3D got put on the Mega
Hmm.
Drive and Genesis, which is insane.
Yeah.
Um, but this
Toy.
came out in '94, and we'll talk about just this first, and then we'll go into other games
Yep.
related to it in the collection and everything. So, Graham, tell me how you found out about Zero Tolerance.
Cool. So I think I just saw it in like a video game, like a review in like a Mega Drive or general video game magazine in the UK, and was
Hmm.
like, that looks good. And I went and picked it up, and yeah, the thing is though, I think the way they described it was it was like Doom and stuff. I was like, oh, I'd love to play Doom on my Mega Drive. I didn't have a PC that
Yeah.
could play Doom, so I was like, yeah, let's get this game. That'd be cool. And I remember the style of this gameplay, even though it's a first person shooter, it's not like Doom where you just charge in and start shooting everything, which is kind of what I expected. And I sucked at this game. I was terrible. I was actually kind of annoyed at the
Hmm.
game. And then I went to a friend's house, and like you, Scotty, this was like the only person I'd ever known who'd actually even heard of the game, even though this was when the game was released. But this guy was like, "Oh, you've got Zero Tolerance. I want to get this." And Oh, the reason why he didn't have it though was because he'd actually sold his Mega Drive to get a PlayStation or something. Because this was actually
Okay.
so. I think this must have been actually around the time the Mega Drive was basically on its way out and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, the PlayStation.
94.
Yeah, so the PlayStation's coming out or had come out, and he'd sold his Mega Drive to get that. But basically, I went to his house. I brought my Mega Drive round, and I had the game with me. And he's like, "I really want to play this." I was like, "Oh, it's not very good." And then we sat down and started playing it together, and he changed the way I thought about the game basically because
Hmm.
it's more methodical and the way he sort of go through the levels and stuff. And after just playing with him, we just sort of took in turns playing, and I was like, "This game is really good. Like, I love it. It's actually one of my favorite. It's quite a bold statement. It's one of my favorite first-person shooters I think out there. Maybe it's a nostalgia thing, but
Bow, bow, bow,
I just
bow.
really enjoy it. I love the music and stuff. Even though it doesn't have much music, it's quite atmospheric. The levels, they
Yeah.
kind of at the start they kind of feel very samey, but then it does progress, and yeah, it's just good. It's just a good fun game, I find. Yeah, well, Scotty, what
Okay.
about you? What about you? How was your experience
No,
with the
I
game?
mean that's cool to hear that that harkens back to those times. Like we learned of games either through um, magazines or friends. That's really it. I was gonna say commercials, but really there were not.
Oh
I
yeah,
never saw commercials growing up for consoles. I don't remember.
the
The first time I remember seeing a console or a commercial for a video game was like Smash Brothers on N64 because I either was not watching TV or they just weren't advertised to me at the right time or something.
yeah,
But
the only game I can actually remember being advertised on TV was Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles.
oh,
And it was like a boxing match. There's like a guy who came in like the blue corner, and
huh,
it's like, and in the blue corner we have, and then starts playing Sonic, playing like Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and then
yeah,
in the red corner this big guy comes out wearing red and stuff, and then suddenly like Knuckles comes in and is like in the game and stuff, and it's like, you play as Sonic, you play as Knuckles, whoa. And
Interesting.
that's the only game I can remember from back in this day. I saw ones later
Mhm.
on, obviously, but yeah, that was yeah. Anyway, sorry, side tangent, but yeah, carry on.
No, that's okay. That's what the show is. Yeah, 94 was when the Genesis and Mega Drive that was on its way out because the
Mm.
Saturn was coming out in 95, or planned to anyway. And but this game, um, it falls under the definition now, boomer shooter. But yes, the theme song, the title screen song that plays. Should we play it real quick? Does that
Oh, see if we can. Yeah.
I'll describe how the game looks though while you're finding that spot. Really only half of the screen is the actual gameplay because the bottom half of it is a map, or I'm sorry, the bottom half, like the left side of the bottom half gives you notifications of like how many enemy, or if you've killed all the enemies, when you picked up a handgun, whatever. And then the middle bottom is the map of the level, and then the bottom right takes up the most real estate is your freaking ID for your character. Oh, there's permadeath in this. We didn't even mention that. You have a team of 5 people. Sorry, I didn't really set this up that great. Um, Team of 5 people. Oh, pause it for a second because we're getting
Sorry.
sound now.
Yeah.
Um,
I could. They didn't for some reason. They don't have the actual start screen on this video. I'm
oh,
playing.
seriously? Try to
That's
find that real quick because
okay.
I really want that people to hear that music. Go ahead and hit that play button. We'll hear the
Cool.
theme. This is when the title loads up. All right, there you go. That's good. I think that's good enough. But yeah,
Yeah.
that so it's got a little militaristic march in there, but really the boom, like it sets up this eerie, desolate space atmosphere, in my
Mm.
opinion. And the soundtrack doesn't have much going on, but that's probably also because there's a lot going on in the game. And I didn't mention at the top of the screen you have your weapons that you cycle through. The controls are a bit difficult. I don't even remember. Let me actually open up the instruction manual.
I
I
can tell you the
remember
controls.
what. Oh, go for it. I was gonna say I remember there are only you only use the 3 buttons on the
Yeah.
Genesis
So
Mega Drive
you
controller.
hold
What do they do?
down. If you hold down A and press the D-pad left and right, you can strafe left and right. If you hold down A and press forward, you'll jump. If you hold down A and press down, you will crouch, which is actually very handy in some situations. Um, but then B is fire and C is change item or weapon, basically.
Yep.
So it just scrolls through at the
So
top one direction, and then you have to wait. You got to get it to land on the thing you want it to.
right. But you do have so the weapons you've got a bulletproof vest counts as an item. So
Mhm.
like in the screen, you've only have 5 slots,
Yep.
but you've got everything from a bulletproof vest, a fire extinguisher, fire suit, flamethrower. Even the flashlight takes up a slot, but like hand grenades, handgun, laser aim gun, mines, night vision, rocket launcher, pulse laser, and shotgun. But then you do have 5 characters. Each of them starts with a different set of items and
Hmm.
weapons. Oh, there's also radar, which is you
Yeah,
can
the
see
radar.
the enemies on the map before you encounter them. Otherwise, you don't see the enemies until you actually run into them
Yeah.
throughout the levels there. But once a character dies, they're done, and you only have your other 4 or 3, 2, 1 to pick from. And as you go, you have passwords that save your progress, but that does save, like, when you put in that password, it'll have whatever characters are still alive, whatever weapons you still have.
Yeah.
Um, so it can be challenging if you are trying to go through the game and actually play it as it's designed to kill all the enemies per on each level. Um, and it is, yeah, it is a challenging game. I remember when we played it, my friend, I'll probably mention him a lot on the show. My friend Tucker introduced me to it. I think it was just a Blockbuster rental on a whim. And we realized the objectives per level. And then we quickly said, screw that. Let's gun it and just try through the game. Um, yeah, because there were parts, and we were just like, we don't want to spend like hours searching these every corner of every map. We just want to go, 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 see what new weapons there are, what the new enemies
Mm.
are. And So that was, yeah. Did you play it legitimately, or did you just run
Oh,
and gun like we eventually did?
so yeah, originally when I first started playing, I tried to run and gun. It was terrible. Then I played with my friend and played a bit more legitimately. But then we kind of tried to run and gun as well. It's only recently, in the last, actually when it re-released on like the Switch or something, I actually really sat down and played it properly for the
Hmm.
first time, like as it was meant to be played. And yeah, I finally completed it. Um, and yeah, I played it through legitimately, basically, and
Okay.
I love it.
It's That's
It was
hard to do though, because like we're looking at the map right now, which is of the most basic level. The bridge is just a hallway, but the maybe actually, can you fast forward to like one of the engineering or not engineering?
greenhouse
What are they
or
called? Because that is what's cool about it though. You start on a space station essentially, and then you get to the planet's surface. Well, there's an example, the greenhouse. The
oh,
maps
okay.
get nuts though,
I'll
but
go
you
to the greenhouse
do.
again. Sorry.
Yeah, the rooftop is where you start the second phase after the first boss. Um, but it does have a progression of level type as you're going from a space station to floors of a building to eventually the basement that gets very intricate and maze like in some of the maps.
Hmm.
Those get ridiculous. Um, so that was also where we were just like, screw it, we're not fighting all these praying mantis looking aliens. We're just getting through this maze. Um, Out there's some of the robots there too.
Yeah.
But we also loved getting the little crab aliens to follow
Oh
us.
yeah.
Uh,
And
they're on like the third level, I think, the
yeah, I think
third or fourth level. They're
it's engineering they're in. I think.
Yeah, yes, this level. They're pretty early in the video show, but it really is it's like a little dumb little crab, little gray thing with spidery legs.
Oh, he's just
Um,
skipping through. He's the guy's just walking through the level. He's not even doing everything. Oh,
oh, he didn't even show them off. Well, he has to encounter them on this one. You have to walk past them, but
oh there's oh sorry.
yeah, these
There's
sad little
okay.
crabs.
See.
So the best thing to do, or our favorite thing to do, was get them all to chase you and then kind of stop them. There's an invisible wall where they won't chase you to the elevator that you need to get through on each level to progress. And we would just line them up, get the flamethrower,
No
and just
way.
torch them all. And the game would chug. It would just be, you'd hear like, ree, 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 of all the aliens and stuff.
So
And
I've done
then,
it. I've done it where I've run into a room, run round the room, then run to the exit of the room, and
oh,
hoping
yeah.
the door would shut. Because if you as Scotty sort of implied, if you go through a door and if someone's chasing you and the door hasn't shut, they will actually chase you through the level, basically.
Hmm.
But yeah, I managed
Yeah.
to normally get through the door, let the door shut, then they're kind of hovering on the other side of the door. I open the door and spray them, but it won't be everyone on the level. It'll just be whatever's in that room.
Yeah.
So I've
Whoever
done that a
followed
few
you.
times, and I found that actually, if you do it too close to them, you will get hurt as well because it's
Oh, the
fire.
flamethrower?
Yeah,
Yes.
the paper hurts you as well, which I kind of you kind of don't think it's a 16-bit game. They're not going to do that. That's not going to be that
Yeah.
lifelike, is it? Nope.
No, that and the grenades will hurt you too
Oh
if you get
yeah.
too close. Those will kill you real quick, and the bazooka.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so it feels a little bit more like Duke Nukem once you get into the building skyscraper type level, like the office buildings and stuff. But there's aliens, there's humans that are, I don't even know what they call them, terrorists, whatever. There's like dogs, there's those are the crab aliens. Eventually there's ones that look like praying mantises that all they can do is scratch you. So
Oh yeah.
they're easier to fight if you have guns, but they don't give you ammo or guns, unlike the robots and the terrorists that you're fighting. They do give you ammo and guns and stuff. We didn't clarify. You just pick up a gun and you get that gun's ammo. You don't get like 40 handguns in your pockets. You just
Yeah.
get the ammo for it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, this was my Wolfenstein. Like
Mm.
I remember playing Wolfenstein after this and not really caring about it because again, I was a console gamer growing up rather than PC. Doom I played way later than like Doom I played after the fact, but just knew of it because it was everywhere. But this was my first person shooter experience, like as a kid. So
Wow.
younger than you should be, of course, as everyone was playing this game probably, but or Doom or Wolfenstein. So that's I think why I have such an affinity for it. Because it does move definitely significantly slower than Doom.
Oh yeah.
Um, Probably slower than Wolfenstein. Part of that, when it gets a little crazier, does help you though. But if people pick this up and they're like, "This isn't Doom," because it does move so slow, it's the it's still a marvel for its time that it even exists on the 16-bit Mega Drive Sega Genesis.
Yeah,
Um,
it's so.
and mhm,
I was going to say it's interesting that this was your first experience with first-person shooter, and you think that's why you might love it so much. But this was like maybe my fifth first-person shooter I'd ever played. So I'd played.
hmm,
There was an old id Software game called Catacomb Abyss, which was
yeah,
before
yeah,
Wolfenstein.
right.
And that is like it's kind of like a first person shooter, but you're like a mage, you're like a wizard, and you shoot fireballs and stuff. That was a great game, very scary as well. Like zombies would come out of the ground and like
Oh,
attack you, and it was actually quite creepy. Um,
that's cool.
then I also played Wolfenstein. I played Doom. I played Doom 2. I feel like I might have played another first person game on maybe on PC, but I can't remember what it was. I think I even played
Was
Duke
it?
Nukem before I played this. Actually, this was
I did not, but I did really like Duke once I got into Duke.
so. And then I played this, and I would argue that maybe Doom is a better game. And no, technically the other games are better games in a way. But preference wise, I think Doom One's always been at the top for me. I love Doom One, but this is also up there as well. I love this game. I don't know why. I just think it's really maybe because it's on the Mega Drive and I've got such an affinity with the Mega Drive. I love it. I just think, yeah, as you say, it's quite a marvel that it's actually on the Mega Drive.
Hmm.
And it was for people like I know there was Doom on the Super Nintendo as well, but although
Right.
it's not a great version of the game,
No.
and yeah. I was going to say something, but I might actually mention it later. So yeah, Scotty, you take it away with what you were saying. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Sure. So we didn't talk about it too much yet, but this form that you could mail away, they had
Oh
planned
yeah.
on shipping it with the game originally. But this form that says
Oh,
blow
hold it
away
up
a
again.
friend or join
Sorry.
forces.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't read it because it's backwards on my camera right now.
Okay, fair
So,
enough. Go
all
away.
right, you read to me what it
Okay,
says. Blow away a
sorry.
friend, and
So
then what
I
else?
just made your screen bigger, so that's why I was gonna yeah. So blow away a friend or join forces to defeat the terrorists. Return this card for a free two-player special cable. That's right. Free. Accolade will even pay for the shipping and handling. With Accolade Special Cable, you and a friend will play side by side, each on your own system. You'll need two Sega Genesis game machines, two television sets, two control pads, and two zero tolerance game cartridges. And then you ticked a box saying, yes, please send me a free two-player cable.
Yeah,
Check here if you
please,
plan to own a Sega CD, Genesis 32X. And then you've got like
bro.
your hand over the next bit. But I assume that's
Yeah,
the
that's
address.
that's my old college address, which I guess it doesn't
Wow.
really matter if I cover that or not. Anyway, you could literally send away for a free one because it was originally supposed to be packaged with the game, but I have one now,
Woo-hoo.
and I'm holding it up here. This was bought secondhand, though. You can tell by the sticker that's just slapped on there. But it is the link cable is literally just the parts of a controller that you plug into the Genesis and it's
Yep.
just that instead of a controller on the other end. So you do plug it into player 2 slot and then the other one into the other player 2 slot
Okay.
and you can play co-op on a 16-bit first-person shooter
Which
game.
is wild. That is wild. Yeah.
Nuts. So because that exists and because I'm a fan, of course I have two copies of this game. And of course I found out about the unreleased sequel and someone put a repro of that online. So of course I bought that on Etsy, called Beyond Zero Tolerance, and someone made like fake artwork and stuff for
Oh,
it,
wow.
like fake
May
box
have
art.
to go
It's
into Exy
really cool.
later.
It's okay. I tested it and it works on my Nomad,
Ooh.
my Sega Nomad. But um, to bring up the cable, uh, I've actually used it. Tucker shipped away for it or whatever, requested it. He got one, and so we played it with him sitting on his TV. And at that point, I had the Sega Nomad, so we used the link cable and played through co-op. We did not play through the whole game, but we did play enough to have fun. But your dude in the game, I think instead of like how the guys in the first level were wearing brown, I think you have like an off green fatigue
Okay.
or something that you're wearing. But when everything else is happening, it's pretty hard to keep track of that. Keep track of who your buddy is and
Yeah.
everything. So it's very easily you could accidentally shoot your partner in the game, but it's just insane that that exists. That's like you cannot deny how impressive that is that they somehow got a, and it's the only game that uses the link cable as far as I know.
Yeah. I don't even remember the link cable being a thing over here. But I
I
assume
wonder
it
if we
was
couldn't get
because
it.
this game does say 1 or 2 players on the back of it.
It
On
does. That's
the
also
PAL
that.
version. Yeah,
Oh, it does?
my one
Mine does
does.
not.
See at the very top of
Whoa.
mine, I just make my screen bigger. So oh god, where's my mouse gone? There you go. Yeah. So yeah,
Huh.
it's the top there. 1 or 2 players.
Does it mention that in the manual? Because it doesn't even mention two-player in the manual.
Oh,
So
doesn't it? Let's see. Oh yeah,
not
actually, we need to do the box comparison, don't we? Hold on,
we
let's
could, yes.
yeah, we okay, so hold on, let's actually just do okay, I'll just change the camera so we're both kind of big. So the box art for yours, the front cover looks quite similar from what I can tell.
Yeah. Gotta stop hitting this damn bowl on my desk. Oh,
Yeah.
doing that whole thing.
Oh,
Got it.
sorry. Actually, we don't need to do that. Yeah. So yeah, basically the same cover. So for any people who might be listening to this, the front cover of the Mega Drive version, it's blue. It's kind of got like a blue filter over it, and there's basically a shadowy kind of picture of a military man with like a gun, which has got a grenade launcher strapped to the bottom, like a machine gun with a grenade launcher strapped to the bottom, and then it's got zero tolerance in big yellow writing. Scotty's Genesis version, the man looks slightly bigger, it's more of a close-up shot of him with zero tolerance, even bigger across him. Mine's actually got a blurb on the front as well. It's that tagline: "You don't play this game, you survive it."
Yeah,
So that's why it's got the
sure
writing
do.
at the bottom. And then the back of the box, Scotty, show yours because your back of the box looks very different. So Scotty, at the very top of the back of his box has got a big screenshot with some writing either side of it, and then it's got kill or be killed in the middle. Then it's got 2 other big screenshots sort of below it, not as big as the first one. Then it's got a lot of text. Mine, like a lot of PAL games, on the the left hand side, it's all the different. Wait, oh my god, my camera's reversed. It's a bit awkward. There you go. Yeah, all the different text for the different languages to explain what the game is, and then it's got the screenshots, like multiple screenshots. It's only 4, so you've got 4 screenshots, but a lot smaller than Scotty's one, kind of showing different bits of the game, basically. Uh, yeah, and some of them look intense. Like the bottom one in particular has got like 10 aliens that are swarming you, basically.
That's the one that's on the bottom of mine.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So not similar. Oh, yeah. That one above it.
They have it
There's the same as
cropped.
yours.
Like
Yeah.
you have actual full screenshots,
Okay.
but
So
we mentioned how the gameplay takes up only like half of the screen. That's what the other
yeah.
ones are on mine. Is
Oh,
just the
yeah.
gameplay, just the field of view that you see
So
in the
the
game.
3 screenshots you got on yours are on mine as well, but I've got an extra one with robots in it, which
Okay.
is that one there.
I did actually find it does say in here how you can change it to player 2 or 2-player. And then it's just you against the enemies and player 1 player. You can also play zero tolerance with a unique 2-player mode, and here's how. And then it says you'll need a special cable that is
Ooh.
offered on the enclosed order card, yada yada. And it just tells you how to set it up. Turn off both TVs, make sure everything's plugged in, blah blah blah. So yeah. You can shoot each other if you're not careful. It does say that. So
Um.
that's pretty cool.
So.
I didn't know that. I guess I didn't look
Yeah.
closely enough before.
So yeah, my one must have had an enclosed order card because it actually mentions that in the box in my manual as well. Actually, hold up your manual
Okay.
because I think your manual looks different to mine.
Oh yeah, mine's vertical.
Oh wow, yeah. So you've got like the full shot of the guy, like including his legs and everything.
Yeah.
And mine is basically the front cover repeated. Sort of repeated. Interesting.
I don't know what that line
Oh,
is.
is there something smoking at the bottom there? Oh, it's just a mark on the manual.
Smoking? It's like a mark. I don't know what that is.
It looks like a smoke,
I think it's
yeah. And how thick is your
that's a
manual
tear.
as well?
Whoops, that's a tear. The other one looks better. If I can get it out of the freaking box. That one's clean.
Oh.
There
Yeah. And how thick is yours? Because mine's pretty chunky.
Well, yours has to be in like 19 languages.
Yeah.
Mine's
yeah, once you get to page...
I have 35 pages.
Oh, I have 16 pages, and then it turns to French or German. No, it's German. Yeah, sorry.
Right.
Sorry, it's normally French as the next language, but yeah, this one's in German. And then, so in total, I have 99 pages of
Okay.
fun
Well, you
writing in
win.
different languages.
You win.
That's the top trumps. That's number one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it didn't review great. Or did it? I thought I could find that quickly enough. But it did make it onto the cover of a magazine, the review.
Oh yeah, let's I'll bring that up. I do actually have that
Sega
somewhere.
Power.
Sega
Issue
Power.
58.
Yeah.
Look at that thing. I have to find this. I literally learned of this today.
Wow.
Looks nothing like the game, but it has like a three-page spread or something in there.
Wait, this is the
I-
English magazine, isn't it? Yeah, Future Publishing, £2.50.
It
Oh,
says it's from Greece, but I guess so.
yeah, well, that's the pound sign, £2.50. And Future Publishing's is like one of the bigger British publishers, which I think they're still around. Brilliant. I've actually got the review
Can you?
there.
Oh, nice! Look at that.
Yeah, now
That is early gameplay. Woof.
yeah. So
The bug-eyed guys on their ID cards there.
yeah, that is. Yeah, oh wow, they're completely different, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And oof, this one got 91%. Yeah. So is this the one that's mentioned? Yeah, this is Sega Power, isn't it? Yeah, that's the one that's mentioned on the back of the box. It says Sega Power, 91%. They were probably the only magazine to get a copy for free or something, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll give you a good review score." But they say,
remember getting? Oh, go ahead.
Top 2-player action, bleeding gory. It's like Doom and Doom rules in a class of its own. A bit dark, but the negative is it's a bit dark and broody for summer. Okay, that's
whatever. Oh, you wanted to come out in Halloween then? Sorry, wait till October.
Wow.
Do you remember when you got to the first boss, like fighting those and stuff?
Yeah. Should I skip to the boss? We got the boss on the video.
I remember actually getting scared by the noise that it made because you would get to a boss level and you would just hear like, be like, okay, whoa, what is that? Go away, run away.
Have we got the noise?
Oh yeah. Turn it up a little bit, so you can see that looks like a boss level.
Yeah, like you got all the power ups. Yeah, there's a room you have to walk into to get to the boss.
Come on, buddy, do it.
Come on, you can do this. You can do this.
Here he comes. I thought it was this room. Maybe it's the very outside then. I don't know what they're farming in this area.
I do vaguely remember it being quite. I kind of was like, there's definitely something going to happen on this. There's no enemies right now.
Nothing.
Something's happening.
Is he on the outside?
What's going on? Should I try and skip forward or
maybe?
I thought
he was in. Oh, wait. I thought he was in the second area here.
Yeah. Oh god, he hasn't killed everybody, has he?
And there's no sound. I mean, there's no music.
This guy's not playing the game properly.
No, he's not.
Oh, try and skip forward.
Yeah, skip forward. Let's find this dang boss.
Come on, dude.
You lost? What are you doing, bro?
Unless, because he hasn't killed every enemy, does the boss not open?
No, the boss shows up still. Did he not?
Oh, whoa. Okay, sorry.
Whoa.
Okay, let's go back.
All right, here we go. There it is. Oh, he's just torching him. That's a bold move because that's gonna hit him probably.
Yeah. Oh, we killed it. He killed him. I killed him really quickly. That took me ages to kill that guy.
Yeah. So did you never beat it as a kid though? Because
no. So yeah, I think I got to the greenhouse levels, and if I'm honest, I've mentioned this before in different podcasts, but some video games really scare me, and this is one of those games that scared me as a kid because as you sort of mentioned, you don't know where the enemies are. If you see the game, a lot of the level is actually quite dark, and it doesn't have much of a distance to it, so they just come out of the darkness, basically. Yeah, but it's weird though because there are some levels which are brighter, and you can actually see further, which I think is kind of cool. I don't know if you've ever noticed that or experienced that. There's some levels you go to, like, oh, this is a brighter room, this is a brighter area. And then you get like the greenhouse has like lots of mist, so it's kind of foggy. Actually, I'll quickly go to the greenhouse, skip to the greenhouse area so you can see that. So yeah, you can see the greenhouse kind of has a grey haze to it almost, which
Right.
I know it's kind of just a filter, I guess, on like the Mega Drive, but it does look pretty cool. For its time, I was like, ooh,
It adds to it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it really adds
It
to
gives
like
the
and then,
atmosphere, I never use the night vision.
so, but the great thing about night vision, you can see really far. That's the other thing that really impressed me
You
about this
can.
game.
That's weird. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, so you can actually see across the whole room. You're like, oh, I can see all the enemies
Yeah.
now. Which is terrifying when you've got lots of enemies. But yeah, let's turn the volume down again. There we go.
But yeah, no, and you do using the D-pad, somehow you turn around and do 360 movement and everything, but it kind of worked all right.
Yeah. I kind of wish they didn't have the jump function and they had like a quick turnaround or something. Because the jump is pointless.
By jumping. Well, you can get headshots by jumping. Yeah, that's how you would get the headshots. But that's, I mean, if you only have the handgun or something, if you're not close enough, maybe. But
I did not know
down
that.
only helps if you're like out of all ammo and you have to punch the crab aliens or something. But I guess you could avoid getting shot if you crouched.
So yeah, I don't know if it was a mental thing, but I often found if I crouched in certain rooms or like certain enemies, I wouldn't get hit as much. And I don't know if that was a weird subconscious thing or if it actually worked. Right. But yeah, quite often I'd like crouch if there's a room I knew had like tough enemies, I'd crouch and sort of go in there and start shooting. Or if like I saw an enemy run past me, I'd crouch and turn around and then fire. And again, subconsciously, or it works. I don't really know. But yeah, this is one of those levels which is really like maze-like and stuff. Like they do sometimes get really mazy, but I still really like it. Yes, sometimes there's some levels you might miss an enemy and you have to walk around this maze to try and find them. But if you do it methodically, if you check the map to begin with, you can often go room by room, go area by area, and actually find all the enemies quite easily. But
if you do it, if you actually plan it out and take your time, I think that was partially why we never bothered killing all the enemies because we couldn't find some of them. So finally, we were just like, we know where the elevator is. Let's just keep moving, you know. But what's interesting though, I don't really know why. I don't know the connection, but well, did you have anything else to say about the game? Because we could go into talking about the panel real quick, the Randall Reese's panel.
There was something I was going to say, and I've now literally forgotten what it was because I was going to mention it earlier. And yeah, I forgot what it was.
It did have a sequel planned beyond Zero Tolerance that never got released. And this one, you go to the aliens' planet, I guess, or their own UFO or something. Let's see here.
So that was
I just copy and pasted the description from the first game onto the box here.
That was eventually released on Switch, though, yeah, that version.
Well, yeah, they call it like a demo or something, I think, because it was in production, but it got canceled. And apparently, according to Wikipedia, take this with a grain of salt. It says a letter writing campaign for Accolade to release the game was started, but did not succeed. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But there are ROMs everywhere. Let me see here, and well, you can also actually. This might be a good time to transition to their website. A ROM of the game and its sequel were later featured as a free download on their website, on Technopop's website. Ooh. I think. That's blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so scroll back up to the top if we're showing this now. This is Technopop's website. I think Randall Reese just threw this together because it does say it was founded by him, blah, blah, blah. But it incorrectly says that Zero Tolerance was the very first first-person shooter for any video game console. Ooh. It was not. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
And I've just remembered the thing I was going to say. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
I might quickly switch back to the video just to sort of, it might be able to give an idea. So I sort of mentioned Doom earlier and stuff, and like how Doom was on Super Nintendo, and we've sort of mentioned this wasn't the first FPS game on consoles or 16-bit consoles. And the one thing though that still really impressed me about this game, and you've kind of alluded to it as well, is the amount of enemies you can actually get on screen at once. Because from memory, it's been a long time since I played the Super Nintendo Doom, but from memory, like you only ever had like a couple of enemies on screen at once, like normally, and if you had more, it really chugged down. There's some rooms you go into and there's like 20 enemies who just swarm you, and yeah, it can get quite intense. And most of the time you get very little slowdown. From my
Mhm.
experience, at least. I guess if you start setting everything on fire, you will get slowed down because you've got the flame
Right.
effects and all the noise and everything that happens. But if you're just firing a shotgun or a pistol, it goes crazy. But that's the thing that really impressed me because I feel like this was the first game that I really experienced that. Even Doom on the PC, like
Yeah.
they, yeah, I just never really experienced that like level of intense. Everyone coming at you, lots of enemies in a room. Yeah. So that was
Frame
the
rate
one thing that I
drops.
really wanted to mention. And I wish I could think of an area or a level where they can actually see this happening. But
What's interesting, I'm looking at the release dates here for Doom, and Doom on the 32X came out in November of 94. This
ooh,
game was released, I believe, in October of 94. So if maybe if they had waited and put it on 32X, well, less people would have played it, honestly, but maybe it could have done better somehow, performed
maybe.
better. I don't know. But it is interesting to me that it got out on a console before Doom, because on the SNES it wasn't out until Doom was not out until 95.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Um,
Okay.
but so the Zero Tolerance website here, or I mean the Technopop website here,
Hmm.
um, it does. They mention all the other games they made. They did do Spider-Man for
Oh,
not for the Genesis Mega Drive in '91.
which is
Um,
brilliant. If you ever played that, have you ever played that
yeah,
Spider-Man versus the Kingpin? Yeah.
I think I had. I think I might even own it. I don't even know. Um,
Annoyingly, this is not
but
showing properly on my screen for the viewers to see.
whoop,
It's
whoa,
yeah, I'm having to zoom
zooming
in
in.
because it's not. This website is all off to the left, which is really frustrating.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
not
really
zooming in
fun.
properly for me sharing at home. Sorry, but
But
yeah.
what they do point out on here, which is cool, is they show how the link cable was made. So
Oh yeah.
you could do it yourself, really, because it's just some soldering and technical know-how. But it says on here it was the Zero Tolerance was the very first video game console to allow two game consoles to be networked together with Technopop's unique proprietary two-player network link cable. The Technopop two-player network link cable was offered for free with any purchase of Zero Tolerance game. Cable is no longer available, but to the right, you'll see the necessary writing for making your very own first ever two-player network link cable for the Sega Genesis.
That's
Unfortunately,
crazy.
due to incompatibilities Sega designed into the Nomad portable game device, the cable would not work on the Nomad. Incorrect. I've used it. Calling you out, Randall Reese.
Brilliant.
Unless they mean two Nomads can't use it together, but I
Uh
that's definitely how I've played this game two player.
yeah.
Um, it's like knowing the innards of the Nomad that it would not work on that.
Hmm.
There used to be a way to download Beyond Zero Tolerance from this site. There is a commercial apparently for the Spider-Man game. No, with Streets of Rage. I don't know what that
Ooh.
is,
Should we
but I
click
just
and see what
downloaded it.
happens?
I guess I just downloaded it and
Oh, it's a download.
without
Okay.
realizing it. It's a movie of some sort.
People who made the
Um,
games. That's pretty cool.
yeah, it's a weird little site that it's odd that this is still even up, but it has pictures of the staff. It's got pictures of the games they've made.
Hmm.
Um, that's from Beyond Zero Tolerance right there.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. Um, so they did do some stuff. And what's cool is Randall Reese actually had a panel recently at the um, Portland Retro Gaming Expo in 2019. I I don't know what spurred them to get him there, but it's an interesting panel. He just talks about lessons learned in the
Whoa.
game industry and how it kind of led up to zero tolerance and everything. What's funny throughout, he mentions how he made Spider-Man versus the Kingpin. There was a racing game called Double Clutch that was a three-player racing game.
That's pretty cool.
Somehow you had an input, I think, on the back of the cartridge. This was only released in your area, though, Graham.
Oh,
I don't have, yeah. So maybe
that's very
something for you
concerning.
to hunt down. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh, but throughout his panel, he mentions quote from the producers: "No one likes 3D games." And then the quote progresses to the Genesis cannot do 3D games. So like he kept trying to promote his Maze game, um, and that, but they just didn't care about it. He wanted a first person, fully 360 movable game where you're running down corridors and stuff. And it just never happened. They just never wanted to let him make it. And so he kept actually renaming it. I forget what it was called first, but eventually he named it Matrix, like
Matrix
you can
or
see
something.
there.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it
Oh,
was
is it? That wasn't his first name, was it? Then?
no.
Oh, okay.
And so I mean that's sometimes that works. You pitch something by a different name so they don't remember that you've already pitched it and tell a different story, and then maybe they'll let it happen. So, but he did eventually get Zero Tolerance made, and he shared the commercials that aired for it. Do you want to share the one that involves ketchup, Graham?
Yes.
And we could
Do
have the
I?
sound playing so that this is something that would not get made today. So enjoy. Audio listeners will at least be able to hear it. It's just showing gameplay, though.
Okay. Here we go.
What's this magazine doing under your bed?
Get that weed whack away from my door!
String beans or baked
You
beans?
expect to pass this class.
Introducing the first Doom-like game for SEGA. Zero tolerance. Because there's just way too much reality out there.
An oil change and a free burger with cheese.
Don't forget the ketchup.
For listeners, they say don't forget the ketchup as he's staring at blood on the wall. And all the random sound bits beforehand, they were like flashing things like sex, drugs, whatever else, other words that were like, I don't know, car loan, tax, whatever, school, homework, parents, bogus stuff, And they call it a Doom-like. Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's so good. Should we play the other trailer at all, or?
Yeah, I think that thing's like 2 minutes long or something.
It is
but
quite.
This is,
where is it? Have I got it here?
Oh,
Oh wait,
6 minutes long.
Oh no, that's a different one. Oh wow, yeah. Okay, so one of them's 3 minutes 23. The 6 minute one's actually a lot of accolade stuff, which I kind of just want to play the start of it and then the zero tolerance bit because it actually shows a lot of different games. But the start of it is pretty funny, I think.
Okay.
This is so 90s. It's going to come up.
Do we care what a bunch of way cool inline skate, punk, pro sports,
Hell yeah.
high school, rocker wannabes think? You bet we do. At Accolade, we don't try to tell our customers what's cool. We let them tell us. That's why all our titles are tried and tested by the people who know what makes a great game, the gamers themselves. This kind of one-on-one feedback helps us create titles that hold our customers' interest. Games with a personality players won't find anywhere else. Games like Sport Accolade's Hardball 94. This fast-playing new baseball game features the coveted Major League.
Okay, so it goes into lots of different games, and it's got a bit of zero tolerance towards the end. So I think it's around here. Wait a second.
Whoa.
Okay, so is there some sort of fancy fighting game which looks really good? I'm going to have to check this out, but then it goes into zero tolerance.
The ultimate science fantasy adventure. And now, Accolade introduces our new 3D blockbuster, Zero Tolerance, a mega hit in the making. The first SEGA game with first-person perspective. A game that will bury the competition with breakthrough 3D gameplay and awesome action. Gamers today want realism and excitement, and Zero Tolerance supplies a double dose of both, with rapid-fire weapons and a rocket launcher that demolishes anything in its way. The game has incredible two-player capability that allows both cooperative and competitive play. You can even play over the phone using a modem. Multiple levels, an arsenal of lethal weapons, night vision goggles, secret passageways. It all adds up to hundreds of hours of non-stop gameplay. And it's all in Accolade's incredible new Zero Tolerance. The only thing hotter than this game will be its sales. With sensational titles like these, you can bet Accolade cares what a bunch of way cool. Inline skate, punk, pro sports, high school, rocker wannabes think.
So good.
Because giving our game
We're going to have a flashing
want
light warning
is
for
the
people
name
watching
of the
this video.
game at Accolade.
That was from like a 1994 Sega trade show that Accolade had a promo video for, and it's the most 90s thing I've ever seen. I love it. So
Yeah,
good.
that's intense. Show parts of the heavy breathing one. That's
okay.
We don't need to watch all of it, but
this,
this
okay.
would not air at all today.
This would definitely not air. 'Cause, yeah, 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 ' The one? I think it's the one.
It's starting. Doing something.
Oh, yeah, here we go. So for audio listeners, it keeps showing screenshots of like the first person shooter view, then the map view, and then it's kind of showing the map view running really fast.
Man, I hate aliens. They're like roaches. You kill them, but they keep coming back.
So yeah, it goes through this for a while, but the heavy breathing like kind of insinuates that this guy's insane, that he's losing his mind.
Yeah.
So I don't. It's just not.
There's dogs doing in here. Better give these pit bulls a bone. Get Daddy the paper.
Get Daddy the paper. Sorry, I couldn't talk over that. No, it implies, insanity and kind of makes it look like not really a video game as much as a mental disability to play this game. So I'm glad I never saw that one.
Yeah.
I'm sure if my mom did or something, she'd be like, there's no way you're playing that.
Yeah, that's not a great commercial, really, is it?
No, I think that was more for like a press release or something. Too.
Oh, okay. But that's just so, at least the other one we showed, which was like really like, oh my god, yeah, like we're awesome. We listen to our customers. Yeah, we like 90s skaters and rock band people and what that.
Yeah,
yeah, that made sense. Like it's just like to say. We understand the audience in a fun way of saying we understand our audience and they want guns and realism and shooting and stuff. But I think
the other one was trying to attract adults or just someone above teenagers, maybe. I don't know. The heavy breathing one.
Weird. But it's interesting the trade show one because it mentions about playing netplay online, which
what?
I assume you can't do that in the final game.
I do not know of a way that you could do that now.
No.
I mean, definitely not if they couldn't even pack the controller in time.
Yeah.
So that's crazy that they thought about doing that.
And it also meant
because we were. Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're going to keep going. Sorry. No.
I was going to say, if that happened, we were trying to figure out a way that you and I could play co-op, but that like some emulators that if a game had some sort of network play, some emulators will. You can find a way to get that to work, but this didn't. And I've searched. Well, granted, that was a couple years ago. I searched and tried to find an emulator that would allow the link cable compatibility, but this is the only game that used it. So who's going to take the time to throw that into an emulator?
I looked very recently, just before we did this episode, because I thought if we can play together, we can actually talk about it before the show. But when I was Googling, even recent results were coming up negative, basically. When I say recent, it's kind of like, last couple of years. So not this year, but because when they re-released it on my Switch and everything, there was a bit of a renaissance of people going, oh, can we play this game online?
Mm-hmm.
But there's no emulators that seem to be able to do it. Because I guess, even though, we could play a 2-player game online, like through Parsec or whatever, like for an emulator, those are for only games that had local
split
2-player
or something.
Yeah, like a split screen, whereas this wasn't split screen, unfortunately.
That's a
so
shame.
So I just have to come to America and play on your second copy.
If we had made it out for your wedding, I told Rachel, I'm like, there's going to have to be some time set aside for Graham and I to try zero tolerance. Like I was ready to bring everything needed. But the panel is interesting. I recommend it to fans of this game. He just talks about his career and things he learned and then leads up to zero tolerance and how it eventually got made and everything. It was very cool. But he mentions the intro of it. We couldn't show the full intro, but he had the Sega logo rotating and how he actually got in trouble for that.
Oh, yeah.
Because Sega was very strict about not letting anyone manipulate their logo before games. But I remember all of those things being awesome, like the Jurassic Park, the T-Rex saying, like, roaring the word Sega, and Vector Man was popping up and down on it. And so all he had was just as if Sega was a 3-sided shape. It was rotating and going towards you, going towards the camera or whatever.
Let's see if I can try and find it. Because that was, I was impressed when he said that. Well, one second. Not impressed. I was shocked when he mentioned that.
Surprised,
Oh, wait, here we go. 1 second. I think I've got it.
Yeah.
I'll just go back. I'll get him to play it. 1 second. Oh yeah, so he actually talks about the cable and why how he showed the blueprint to someone, because apparently someone sort of said, I don't understand how you got this to work, and then he showed the blueprint and said, this is how you do it, basically. Or something. That's what he said in the video. But yeah,
his very dry sense of humor throughout the panel also.
Yeah. But I'll just play this very quick clip about the Sega logo.
And so that's how I got the 2 minutes to communicate with each other so quickly. This got me in a lot of trouble. Because Sega does not like their logo messed with, and so the fact that I had it rotating in 3 space, if it wasn't for the ship game that I delivered, the development tools, and Spider-Man, I never would have gotten that by, and they managed to let me get by with rotating their logo. And I kept trying to say, look, you're in the 3D world now.
I mean, that is right. He is right. That kind of implies like you're about to play a 3D game.
So that's how 3D. But I was kind of surprised that he said that he would have gone to trouble for that, because there are so many games that actually do manipulate the Sega logo. There's quite a few out. I'm actually just trying to think, like you mentioned Jurassic Park and stuff. I think Vector Man.
He hopped on top of it.
Yeah, there's quite a few. There's like I think Earthworm Jim has a bit of manipulation and stuff.
Probably.
There was definitely multiple, because that was one of the exciting things I always liked about owning a Mega Drive back in the 90s, was when you turn on a game, the Sega logo will be slightly different. Oh, this is fun. Like was it Mortal Kombat or something? They jumped down on the sign or something, or was that on the Acclaim sign they jumped down up and down on? Like Goro or someone jumps up and down on. Okay, it might have been the Acclaim sign they jumps up and down on. I was looking at my game collection just to see if anything triggers my brain. But no, I was just surprised by that. That was something that surprised me.
He does also show after that trade show thing, or I'm sorry, after that breathing commercial, he shows in this panel the trade show info of how like there'll be a $5 rebate and 500,000 Pillsbury pizza boxes, like trying to entice people. What E3 used to be forever ago was like telling people why you should put money into our games and stuff.
Yeah.
But he goes on to tell a story. He mentions how he's a big fan of motorcycles early in the panel, and then later on he talks about how he had a motorcycle and he was going for a ride on a road, and he had a coworker on the back with him, and a cop like passed him by, and really it could have been a bad accident. A cop on a motorcycle, police officer on a motorcycle passed him by and pulled him over. And then he's like, how long you been in town? And Mr. Reese is just like, oh, just yesterday. He's like, how long you plan on being in town? I'm leaving tomorrow. And like talked himself out of a ticket, basically. And then he talks about how his coworker who was on the back of the bike with them later went on, after that, experiencing all that. He doesn't say it's directly related to that, but he went on to make the game Road Rash.
Yep. I thought that's really funny. When he pulled that off, I was like, wow. Like, because imagine, it kind of implies that, because did he say the guy also went and bought his own motorbike or something? Or can't remember what he says.
He might have. He might have bought his own after that or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
But yeah, it kind of implies very much that's kind of how he maybe got the idea. Like, because, the police kind of overtake you and try and hunt you down on Road Rash and stuff. Yeah, really good.
But he did do a lot for gaming, though. He did create some engines and tools that they could use on a lot of Genesis games. So that's maybe that's just why he had this panel. I wish I had been there. And then he was brought on to another panel in just 2023.
Oh, so
I got to somehow keep tabs on Portland Retro Gaming Expo, because I would definitely. I say that because at the end of this panel, he had concept art. He brought 200 of them with him to the convention.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch all the way through that part?
Yeah, I did. I didn't know if you want to mention the thing he talks about here as well.
We can mention it. He thought of doing a Sonic screensaver. Basically.
Yeah, for Windows, because basically back in the 90s, people would buy Windows 95 screensavers. Like you could actually sell them. So like Star Trek made one, Disney made one. Like it'd be almost like an interactive screensaver. It would do stuff on your screen. And he pitched the idea of Sonic the Hedgehog, and it sounded kind of cool. Like Sonic would come on the screen, bounce around, maybe hit images with files or something.
Like a pinball.
Like a pinball, basically, yeah. Like bouncing around. And he sort of drew concept art and color things. And then, this is the artwork you mentioned. Just now. Yeah.
He said that's his favorite piece of concept art for Zero Tolerance, and he printed out 200 of them, signed them, had a little autograph session after the panel here, and just gave them out for free. And
It's
I'm just
really
like,
cool.
are you freaking kidding me, man? And I've tried searching for those. It's just not. A, it's hard to search for anything with the title Zero Tolerance in it right now.
Oh yeah.
But B, no one knew about this game besides us. It feels like so. I even would include his name in it. Like I'm trying to keep tabs on him to see like if but he's not really on social media or anything, so I don't know.
Yeah.
He's done 2 Portland PRGE panels, so I guess I'll keep my eyes open on I've always wanted to go to that convention, so I'll just try to keep my ears and eyes on that one to see if he's going to be
Nice.
there again or something.
Yeah, and for any audio listeners, the concept art is sort of showing
Right.
a corridor effectively with like red walls and like a checkered floor. It's kind of got this big robot. Scotty,
my microphone is supposed to be muted.
What?
Oh, cool. GarageBand stopped recording again. I love this program and everything I try to do. Oh, Christ. All right. Well, sorry about the burp.
Naughty.
Me.
What were we saying? It's
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a corridor with checkered floor, like a white and black checkered floor, red walls and like pipes and stuff. And it's got like a big kind of robots, alien type robot thing. Looks like it's reaching out, kind of claw like arm thing towards you, like with three prongs on it or something. But yeah, it's kind of nightmare fuel, effectively, if you're walking down a corridor and you see this big robot thing. But yeah, I guess that's kind of one of the aliens you do come across in the game, although they do look very different from memory to what this concept art is. It's
right.
Pretty good.
So they mentioned on the website that it was the first person shooter on a console. It is not. We'll just mention these briefly since we're talking about first person shooters. There was a game called Corporation that I mentioned. I asked you if you had played it because I saw like an ad for it in this Sega Visions issue. And can the audience see that now? What you're showing there?
They can see the gameplay footage. Yeah. Oh, I can show you your thing as well. Make that bigger. Yep.
This looked cool to me. It's an ad in Sega Visions magazine called Corporation, but it ended up being called Cyber Cop.
Yeah.
In the US anyway.
In America, yeah.
But I couldn't get over how much the screenshots looked like Zero Tolerance. So it's like, did they make this? They did not. They have nothing to do with this one. But the game is boring as all get out. However, the theme song at the beginning isn't too bad. Did you want to play that real quick? Like rewind it there or something?
Here we go. It's
It's like creepy.
It's pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
But that's really it. That's really it. So I thought, all right, this is kind of cool. Maybe the game's good. It's not. But this came out in 1992, and it is so hard to look at. There's no patterns on the walls. It's just gray.
Yeah, it's the interesting thing though is the scenery does look like they're using 3D polygons. I don't know if they are, but it kind of looks like that.
Right.
But yeah, all the walls are gray. The floor is kind of a beigey brown. The ceiling's kind of green, and you get like little black bits in the walls which are doorways that you can walk through, and it kind of instantly loads the next area, which confused the hell out of me because I have played this briefly now. I didn't play it back in the day. I remember it being out though, because I remember seeing the game. I remember having seeing it in magazines and stuff. The interesting thing is, I read up about it, and apparently it's got like early sort of first-person RPG style things you might find in Deus Ex and stuff. Like you hack
too much going on.
You can hack things and stuff. I briefly played it. I ran out of ammunition and then couldn't fight anything. And it was just I didn't know what I was meant to be doing.
Floating fist you can punch.
Oh yes, we had this weird, the weird punch thing, which I tried to attack an enemy doing that, and it did nothing to the enemy. So I was like, this is rubbish.
According to Wikipedia, it released in 1990 on the Amiga and the Atari ST, and then in 91 on MS-DOS, and then eventually onto the Mega Drive and Genesis in 92.
Yeah.
All under the name Corporation, but in the US it was called CyberCop, and sorry, in North America it was called CyberCop. I still kind of want to find it because I don't know. I feel like as a fan of Zero Tolerance, I need to own every first-person shooter on the Genesis now.
I weirdly think I might actually own it, but just never played it because it's like probably one of those things I saw. It was like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy that because I just went through a phase of just trying to collect Mega Drive games, and I can't see it on my shelves, although I don't have all my Mega Drive games on the shelf at the moment.
Cyber Cop. Let me see.
Yeah, how much is it in the UK?
Oh,
I'm going to check UK prices.
Well, hey, US, it's 28 complete. I might try to grab this.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's going to be
Corporation Mega Drive. Let me try to find it like that on price charting. It did not come up that easily. That's unfortunate.
So if anyone's in the UK, CEX is £6 box with manual.
Okay.
Or £5 without the manual.
$20 for complete.
Okay.
For PAL apparently. So I'm glad I looked at this one first. So this did come out before Zero Tolerance. So Zero Tolerance is not the first and or only first-person shooter on the Genesis. Next up, however, do you want to bring up Bloodshot and hit that title track because holy crap!
I hit the title. Wait, the title track. I need to go to a different video.
This one caught me off guard.
Let's rewind a bit. Oop. Sorry.
Oh, here it comes.
Funky beat.
It takes a second to kick in, but it's good. That is the chunky bass that I love.
Yeah.
From the Genesis and Mega Drive.
Clap at the bass.
Look how violent that is. Just getting blasted.
That is intense, yeah. Oh my god, let's turn that down a touch. Okay, let's stop
that.
The
soundtrack is amazing so far. Apparently it was released on Sega CD as well, but this is Bloodshot, also known as, I lost it now. Battle Frenzy, was that it?
Yeah, I think it's called, it's Battle Frenzy, but I think in PAL region it's only called Bloodshot. I think it was released on the Sega CD as well, wasn't it? So I think, was it released in America on the Sega CD?
No, it was only released in Europe on the on the Genesis and Mega Drive.
Okay.
And then it was on the Sega channel in North America. Which
that was it.
To me.
Yeah.
And also why I missed it.
I'm just let's need to rewind the video very quickly because so you see him I'm gonna pause it there. Can you see those orb things on the ground with the little green lights on them? Those are mines.
Right.
And you can't, the only way to actually trigger them is enemies can trigger them by walking over them. You can trigger them by walking over them. And the only way to defuse them is to fire a grenade at them. But you don't get a grenade launcher in every level. You always start with a crappy little pulse laser thing. And you can't, and there are certain areas where it's very awkward. You can sometimes get around them. It's very awkward. But I just remember losing a lot of health just by walking over them all the time. And I played a game recently just before this, just to remind myself. I was like, oh, yep, I remember this. This is annoying.
Yeah, this one's not bad. It's faster paced than Zero Tolerance by far, but it is a lot. It does feel a lot more sterile to me.
Yes.
And I looked at a long play of it. The level design does not change. They all look. It looks like this throughout the whole game.
Yeah. I was very excited when I saw this because it actually has 2-player split screen, but only deathmatch, so not co-op, unfortunately. And the levels are all slightly maze-like. There's more colourful than Zero Tolerance. They've got blue pillars and green pillars and red pillars and stuff. It's a bit more like Doom that you have to pick up key cards, and they've got red key cards for red doors and stuff. But you can often pick up more key cards than there are doors for the levels, which makes no sense. The level design it seems faster and smoother than Zero Tolerance, but it feels more cramped as well. Each room is very tight. Lots of the rooms repeat, and I know rooms in Zero Tolerance also repeat a bit, but the way they make the corridors and the levels and stuff. Like Zero Tolerance has some very tight corridors, then some slightly open rooms with pillars, and then you have really open rooms and very open spaces, whereas this is not. And even though Zero Tolerance, you're kind of doing the same thing where you have to basically kill all the enemies on the level and then find the exit or whatever. This, you go to a core type thing. You basically go through the level, go to a core, which you then have to destroy like these turrets around the core. Then you have to try and destroy the core. And as soon as you destroy the core, you have to try and run back to the start of the level. And sometimes the levels just get very confusing because some of the walls look like doors and they're not doors. Like that looks like a wall just there. That's a door.
Yeah,
they just walk through.
That's some hot malarkey.
Yeah, so sometimes I remember there's one level where at the very start level you come out of like the entrance. If you turn right, it goes around a couple of corridors, but it's a dead end. It's actually kind of like a trick. You're not meant to go that way. And you have to go back left to the other way. But when you're coming back from running away because the warp core's about to... Oh, you've only got like 60 seconds to run away, by the way. And the countdown timer seems to go very fast.
Yeah, I didn't understand the timer. Okay.
Yeah, if the timer runs out, you fail the level. You have to you lose a life and you have to repeat it. But yeah, on that.
So that's at the end of the level, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the time is at the end.
Wow. So you could get to the end and just totally biff it.
Basically. I never completed this game. So there's one level I got to and I cannot get to the exit in time because you always only got a few seconds to get before you get to the exit anyway. And I just, that level I was sort of talking about, I always remember I kept running past the exit because the exit looks like a wall. And I kept going down that corridor. There was a dead end. And I've gone the wrong way.
It looks the same. Everything looks the same.
Yeah. And the enemy. So as I mentioned, Zero Tolerance, you can have like 20 enemies on screen. Well, you can have more than 20 enemies sometimes if you get all the spider people to chase after you. You can have multiple enemies on the screen at once. This, you only ever have like 2 or 3. The way you walk into the rooms and stuff, there's only ever like 1 or 2 or 3. You pick up the weapon. You can't change the weapons when you pick up from memory.
Okay. I thought I was doing something wrong because I couldn't figure out how to change my weapon.
Yeah.
When I played it. But okay.
Yeah. So basically, you just pick up weapons as you walk over them, and then it starts. Yeah. You just use that weapon until it runs out. And you think it's kind of cool because you get there's lots of different weapons. Like there's like a bouncing shot one. There's like one that's like super rapid fire. One that's like 3 shots at once and things like that. Like missile launcher, grenade launcher, all kind of cool. But it's kind of a frustrating game, to be honest. It looks okay. The actual feel of the game, the movement generally is fine. But it's not a fun game. That's all I can say about it. I don't think it's a great game.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe some people will really like it, but yeah, Zero Tolerance is like night and day for me.
Wow.
I would argue Corporation is worse based on what I played at Corporation, but it sounds like Corporation might have more going for it if I play it a bit more and progress. But yeah, if you're going to play a first-person shooter on the Mega Drive or Genesis, Zero Tolerance, please play Zero Tolerance.
Yeah, wow. Okay. Zero Tolerance, perfect first-person shooter.
It is. It is the perfect first-person shooter.
So apparently, though, Bloodshot, a.k.a. Battle Frenzy, got a homebrew Sega CD release because it was shafted at the last second. Right. And I am finding it on eBay, the Sega CD version, going for $170.
Wow.
That's a homebrew. So you could probably find through Etsy or heck, Instagram, somebody's probably done this, released it on Sega CD. I found a long play of it, and it has a different soundtrack entirely, which is solid. We don't need to play that or worry about finding that, unless you had it queued up. But it's really interesting. Just game development is weird. But I mean, I didn't know, but I don't know if I knew about the 2-player thing. I'd give that a shot. With you, Graham, it's probably horrible, but I'd give it a shot at least.
Yeah, we could. I remember playing with my brother, and we played like 2 matches, and we're like, not playing this game again.
Yeah.
Are
the level? Does it just use the single player levels, or does it have specific maps for it for 2-player?
You know, I can't even remember now. I think it's got specific maps.
That's good.
I just remember it being because it's 1-on-1. It's not the best.
That's crazy that they even did that for a game like this.
Yeah. Yeah. And this guy just wasted time trying to get to the timer. Sorry, I'm watching the review thing playthrough.
This came out in '95, so this was a tail end of the Mega Drive Genesis life cycle. People have people have reinvigorated or brought back Sega Channel in one way, shape, or form. I wonder if they have this on there.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see.
But,
so yeah, this guy just lost
but-
a life because he didn't.
Oh,
He did. He
the
didn't
best
make it
thing
to the
about
end.
this, though, the best like accidental discovery was that meme screenshot that I lost my shit over, and I'd sent it to you.
Oh, okay.
Like at the very beginning of this. Remember?
Let's.
Well, in the video you're on now, if this is a long play, then it's
Okay, so this is the original Bloodshot thing. Scotty then sent me this picture, basically saying it's a meme.
I was enamored by, the decade precursor, multiple decades before they were ahead of their time.
It's kind of really the open mouth and everything.
It's
and
hilarious.
Also, the guy at the bottom kind of looks like me, I think, a little bit. This is my glasses.
Great. So we found our thumbnail.
Yep, there we go.
There you go. Oh boy,
Love it.
Memeception here. That's what you guys come to SEGA Spirit for.
Yeah.
So yeah, we wanted to mention those because it's the only other first-person shooters on the Sega Genesis. There was Duke Nukem 3D released in Brazil. Not sure how legitimate that release is, but it exists.
I think it's by Tectoy, and I think it is actually legitimate.
Right.
So
Yep,
I'm going to
you're right.
see if I can find it.
Probably not going to look great.
So let's see. Oh, it's got the audio on. Let's turn that off. Yeah, so that's okay. Wow, it's taking its 3 time. Oh, it's got the music. I can't remember what Duke Nukem sound like, to be honest.
That's rough.
Let's see how this plays. Oh, that's okay. I thought. Yes. Okay, here we go. Duke Nukem.
What part of Duke
Wait.
was that?
Wait, what? This
is not Duke Nukem. I mean, if this is what they released, then great. But that's not the Duke I know.
Yeah, that's not the first level, is it? I remember you start from the rooftop, don't you? Okay, this can't be the right thing. That's okay. This must be it. Okay, that's
there you go.
Doom.
That's Doom.
Oh,
huh. Yeah, I guess that's how they released it.
Oh,
interesting.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, because oh my god, is that the Game Boy? Is it on the Game Boy as well?
No, that's the game.com, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep, you know it.
I know of that. I know that exists, but yeah, I didn't. Okay.
And you can find a totally legal version of Duke Nukem 3D on eBay right now.
Yeah. Lots of info about Tectoy that we don't need to know, even though Tectoy's awesome.
They've done a lot of stuff in Brazil.
So yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess
that's how it looks.
Whoa, what's that giant floaty thing? What the hell's that?
Well,
Okay,
back up. I didn't see it.
Oh, okay. It's going to float in now.
It's
what
not
the hell
giant.
is that?
It's just one of the more annoying enemies that you do have to.
That looks pretty giant to
fight in the
me.
game.
Okay.
They're in the game. They're smaller though.
Oh, okay. So if any audio listeners are watching, Google, type into YouTube Duke Nukem Genesis or Duke Nukem Mega Drive Tectoy, and you'll see what it is. And if you've ever played Duke Nukem, it doesn't look. It's got the gun. The gun looks the same as Duke Nukem's.
Right.
The rest of it doesn't look anything like Duke. Oh, the enemies kind of look like Duke Nukem, but not very well.
Yeah, they've got the enemy. Well, those aren't even the right colors, but they've got the enemies in there. So there you go. Otherwise, though, I kind of want to own every first-person shooter on Mega Drive Genesis now. So, yeah, but all of that is to say, eventually, as if Graham and I willed it into existence, for some reason, Strictly Limited released the Zero Tolerance Collection.
Yeah.
What is interesting, it says created by Randall Reese on the bottom there.
Oh, nice.
So I got it on PS4, and it has the collector's edition. Jeez, I gotta open this thing up. I should just open it ahead of time, huh? But it's got the game, obviously, which is downstairs near my PS4, and then you also get a little standee dude. It's not even. It's like a I don't even know what material this is. It's not plastic, but I don't know why people like these things. You set it down and it's there. And then you get also 2 posters, but also the 7-track soundtrack. That's right. Boom.
On CD,
Um,
audio CD
on a
device.
CD, baby. So you
Wow.
can walk down the street and blast that boom, 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 you know. There it is. So I got that and I was like, well, but did they release it on a cartridge? They did. And I thought, well, the only proper thing to do as a fan is to get the Zero Tolerance collection on cartridge. So I did.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, there's only one version of it that I don't own now, so I should probably just grab the Switch version too. So I bought it every possible way that you could.
That's
What is
awesome.
on this though?
Although, have
is
you
you've
bought it every
got-
possible way?
I don't have a reason to get the Xbox. Oh, I
No.
know. No, I'm
Evercade.
hovering over that. Tell us what that is, Graham.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Did you want to? We can pretend I didn't do that.
I know. You tell us what that is. We
Okay.
can still go. We can keep going here.
Okay, I'll change mine to the big screen now. Sorry, 1 second. In the magic of internet. So what I'm holding up, dear people, are 2 different Evercade cartridge boxes. They are the Pico Interactive Collection 3 and Pico Interactive Collection 4. And if you don't know about Evercade, it's actually I happen to have the actual console here, but there is also a handheld version which I don't have near me. But basically, Evercade is it's a modern games console that plays retro. It plays cartridges. They are modern. Yeah, they are. It's a modern device. It's basically a modern. Oh my god, words not coming out of me. It's a modern gaming system that plays cartridges, but they basically have only released retro games and actually some homebrew games as well. So there are actually some modern homebrew games on there. But yeah, this is one of the cartridges. So yeah, I just dropped it. But yeah, it's kind of like a slightly bigger, chunkier Game Gear cartridge, I want to say. And they're white, and they've got a sticker on them. And actually, I'm just going to go into a little annoying thing. When you're playing the game, like if you got it in like the handheld console, the sticker showing what game it is on the inside. So this is what you see basically from the outside. You just see the white backing. So you don't know what game you got in unless you put it out and turn it on or whatever. Sorry, random little
collection 3 on there.
Yeah, but
I'm looking at the Amazon listing for $26.49 that I'm probably going to buy after we're done recording.
Yeah. Anyway, these are often they have like multiple games on these things. So this actually has multiple games. This one actually has Zero Tolerance on it. So Pico Collection 3 has Zero Tolerance. This one has Zero Tolerance Underground on it, which is the
what? Freaking
yeah.
Are you kidding me?
So there we go. I don't know if they have Beyond Zero Tolerance on these ones though. I think it's just
I
those
don't
two.
think they want that out there too.
Yeah,
willingly. It seems So yeah, let's talk about what's on this though. The Zero Tolerance collection has the first game, obviously, Zero Tolerance, and then Zero Tolerance Underground, that was a newly created game, I assume by Randall Reese. I'm not entirely sure, but it has his name all over it, so I assume. And then they also put Beyond Zero Tolerance on there, which is the never released sequel. And from the get-go, you have Zero Tolerance and Underground, and then once you beat either of those, you unlock Beyond Zero Tolerance. I'm not sure why they did it like that, unless they just were trying to give you some sort of incentive. That's on the Switch, PS4, and I think it's downloadable on Xbox. I'm not sure. But the cartridge version only has what they call this now Zero Tolerance Origins, and it only has Zero Tolerance and Underground on the cartridge itself. But but oh my god, it's hard to open. But it is a cartridge, so
that is cool.
That's pretty cool. And there were some other bonuses you would get with it, like these little weird little cards or whatever. I think I just bought those separately. I don't know. I have a problem. But it's still on Strictly Limited. Different versions are. I think the Switch version might be sold out, but the PS4 version's still up there.
I bought that version the other day.
Nice.
The Mega Drive Genesis version, whatever. I think it's the Mega Drive version I ordered.
Yeah,
Maybe
probably.
I ordered one of them though because I really want it. I was actually going to quickly show some of the, I guess, the gameplay of.
Sure.
Should we do Beyond or should we do Underground first?
Do Beyond. That came out first.
Okay, so Beyond Zero Tolerance. So this is like the sequel that never was, I guess.
Yep. Yeah.
And the whole thing is you basically go from Earth to a alien homeworld. To basically kill all the aliens on the homeworld. Let's skip forward a bit. So again, you've got different people to choose. I think they've got the same name.
Crew.
Is it the same crew? Because Kirsten Holstead isn't in the original.
No,
she's called something different.
That is.
Yeah, there's a couple of new people. Duke, I remember being a person. But anyway, I played it. So I own the Switch version of this because that's where I played this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember unlocking it though. Did I have to unlock it? Maybe I did.
You got to beat either game once.
Okay, yeah, maybe that must be how, because I did beat Zero Tolerance, and I might have beaten Zero Tolerance Underground as well. But yeah, I've definitely unlocked this. And have you played this at all?
I tried to. I played it a little bit. It's rough.
Oh, it's not a fun.
No.
At first, I was like, "This looks cool," and it's like for some, it seems to run slow. And like on the Switch version, I was like, "Did they not even bother to optimize this at all?" Like this feels like
I was going to talk about that a little bit.
Okay, please do. Go for it.
It is on Xbox downloadable, though. I don't think they did a physical version, but the Q-Byte Classics Zero Tolerance Collection by Pico is $10 on there.
I may actually already own it.
Right. But no, the collection, it's cool that they did all that. I'm trying to find my notes here. I thought I had them. Yes, so they have screen filters, they have trophies, probably achievements on the Xbox version. And I played it through, I platinumed it on PS4. That means I got all the trophies. And it was cool to play Beyond. Beyond was, super slow and weird. Underground was cool because they also updated the controls. They had like strafing buttons rather than one button is held down to then strafe and whatever. I can't remember what the controls are. I'm going to have to look real quick here.
Yeah, I just realized it definitely is because on Xbox, because this is the Xbox video I found of the game.
Okay.
So this is Zero Tolerance Underground, I think.
Like there's a duck button, a jump button, and a shoot button. They're not all the same thing. Switch between weapons, strafing buttons, and they call it a map button, but it's just pause. But in this collection though, for the first game, you can remap the buttons, but it's only like changing, moving a button to another or moving an action to another button. But you can't really like map them out how you would, in my opinion, want to. So I feel like that was what they did for the controls in Zero Tolerance Underground. They should have revamped it for the first Zero Tolerance. I don't know how hard doing that is for game development, for re-releasing things, so I can't just say make it happen. But I really feel like if they went to the trouble of creating a brand new game for this collection, they should have at least done some quality of life stuff for the first original game, because it moves just as slow as it did on the Genesis and Mega Drive. They could have sped that up, and pumped up the frame rate somehow. I don't know how you do that, but I tried to play it for this episode. I tried to play it on Switch since I had not touched it on that, and I was playing it handheld. And I used the D-pad without realizing it. The face buttons D-pad on the Joy-Con is horrible for this. So I did the joystick more, but then when I put it back on the TV in docked mode, I was using the D-pad just fine. But face buttons of the Joy-Con are impossible to use on this, in my opinion.
So I remember being impressed by this, but then finding it boring later. Later levels I found kind of boring, even though the original Zero Tolerance.
I wanted to bring you onto my YouTube channel and be like, Graham, we have to talk about this collection. You're the only person that knows about Zero Tolerance.
Yeah,
but you didn't like it.
So I thought it was fine, but the original Zero Tolerance I loved, and I think I loved the way the levels progress. You start on the space station. The space station's kind of interesting because you got like space station-y kind of levels, and you got like the greenhouse level, you got the engineering area. You then go down to the planet. You're on a rooftop of a building, and then you go through the building. Basically, then you go into the basement. It kind of feels like it's been a couple of years since I played this, and my memory is not as good as it used to be. But from memory, this is all the levels seem very samey on this one to me. Am I correct in
Yeah,
saying
well,
that?
you're going. No, you're right. It's an underground thing, so it is literally underground. You're going through like subway stations.
Yeah,
But you hop on a subway car sometimes to take it to the next. I think that's actually how you take it to the next level.
yeah.
It's been a while
That
since I
seemed
played this.
yeah. The subway idea and stuff was kind of cool, especially when you first see the. You actually saw it in a video a moment ago. They first see it moving. You're like, whoa, a moving item. That's kind of cool. But
Or at least the concept of it, or the
yeah,
visual
yeah.
illusion of it.
And it's
I
definitely
just
played
remember,
smoother than the original game. But
yes,
yeah,
yep, the controls are nicer, quality of
mm,
life. Um, I just remember being so excited when I was playing this because in my mind, all that was going through my mind nonstop was this is a new zero tolerance game. I cannot believe I'm playing a new zero tolerance game in 2022.
mm,
So the collection, I'm just glad it exists because it gets it into more people's hands. And like you said, there was like a sudden resurgence of excitement around zero tolerance. But it's an okay collection. I just went from it's a great one to an okay one. Um, but I still enjoyed it. I'm just so happy it exists. So of course I bought every possible way you could to tell them make more stuff like this. I still don't know why this happened. It wasn't even it was in 2022, so that would have been the 28-year anniversary, which makes even less sense. So that I tried like when this was out, when this came out, I tried looking up like why did this happen? Who initiated this anniversary? Because normally they'll do that they'll be like anniversary re-release or whatever.
mm.
No, why? What happened?
And
So,
I don't care. I love it. I love the fact that it came out again. That more people can play it. You can now play on
oh
multiple systems. Yeah.
yeah, and I remember that I asked either on their social media or something like, "Hey, did you revive the two-player mode? Because it is in the options menu, and I switch between one and two-player, but nothing like it doesn't signify it anywhere else." And they just said it's in there, but you can't do it. Or they had some non-answer. I can't remember. Either
So
Pico or
frustrating.
Qbyte. I reached out to them. Yeah,
Yeah.
because that was the first thing I thought of was like, can I do two-player online now? But they're not going to set up a server for just the zero tolerance collection, you know?
Yeah, that's. I wish they would.
Right.
Yeah,
Tell
it's
Randall Reese to get
or
on it.
even like a two because with modern systems, maybe it's possible to have a split screen. Like I know they'd probably have to reprogram it. But as you say, they basically made a new game. You know,
Yeah,
um,
that's what's weird.
yeah, and like, or even maybe if it wasn't for the original game, maybe if they had a split screen or online version for this new game or something, maybe that could have been
Mhm.
doable. Because that would have been awesome. But
Because even with all the real estate that you need for this game on the screen, you could still split it in half on a widescreen TV or something, on a widescreen
yeah,
monitor, you know?
yeah. Did we actually mention sorry, the Zero Tolerance Underground was originally going to be for the Sega CD, wasn't it? Mega CD.
Oh, was it? Did we mention that?
I
I don't
think
remember.
from memory, this was meant to be for the
I didn't
Mega
know that.
CD version. It was meant to have extra levels, so these were going to be the original game, but extra. Unless
Oh,
I've just made that up.
you might have made that up.
Have I just made that up? I'm gonna.
I don't know where you heard that, Graham.
You talk to me. You start talking. I'm going to quickly Google this.
You can still order and find the two-player connector cable, link cable thing online, but I'm just going through my tabs here now. But honestly, I'm pretty sure they just made that for this collection. So that's why I'm saying, like, if you made a whole new game for this collection, why didn't you go back and add some quality of life stuff to it?
Okay, so this is from Wikipedia. This must have been where I read
There
it.
we go.
I haven't found anything else. I just tried to do a quick Google. So it talks about the Zero Tolerance collection, contains the original game, now called Zero Tolerance Origins, and then a new 9-level expansion called Zero Tolerance Underground with maps originally meant for the cancelled Sega CD version. Oh, there's
there you
actually a
go.
citation here. So that say, oh, that's from the. Oh, it's just it's a citation from a review.
Whoa, where'd that lady go in the game?
Oh, she's there. She's there in the. She's in the video
Oh,
I just
really?
watched. Yeah. She's posted in a video. Yeah, that was one thing I quite liked about this underground one because actually had more stuff on this. They're like posters and stuff on this, like more going on in the levels, I guess. But then I found the levels got quite samey after a while.
Yeah. Not nearly as many, though. Not nearly as long as the original game.
It's a lot fewer levels. But yeah, so from what I understand, it was originally planned for the Sega CD or Mega CD, but that was
Okay.
cancelled.
So maybe. Wow.
But my understanding, so I must have read it somewhere else. My understanding is that it was going to be the original Zero Tolerance for the Mega CD, but those were extra levels. Like,
Okay.
but I don't know how much of it was made because I think, I've got a feeling maybe it wasn't made at all, and they were just maps that were planned out. And this is because, from my understanding, as you said, this was a whole new game they made for this collection. So
That's what I thought.
yeah. Well, there we go.
So that's the Zero Tolerance collection, and it is awesome that it exists.
Yes.
For basically Graham and me. Even a friend of mine who he used to write for Sega Addicts as well, was on all the podcasts and stuff. When that got released, he even said, somehow you willed this into existence. Because I remember basically forcing them to talk about it on a podcast, and
Yeah.
I did a retro review for Zero Tolerance forever ago. Just another excuse to talk about it. And yeah, you can still get the PS4 version. The Switch version is sold out. Yeah, it looks like on both the collector's edition or the limited edition and the regular.
So is this limited? Which website is it limited?
Strictly limited.
Oh, strictly limited. That's the one. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So yeah,
Switch is sold out. It's on the bottom there.
That's annoying. So I do own it on Switch, but I don't know if I actually got the download version or the physical version, because I can't find a physical version in my house. But I know I played it on the Switch, so I think I must have downloaded it or something.
Maybe. So you think it's a good collection, though?
Yeah, I mean, especially if you don't have the Mega Drive version or you can't find the Mega Drive version, it's worth getting it. Like downloading on Xbox or something, just downloading it on one of the modern consoles just to give it a try. I think it's well worth it. Even though I didn't like Zero Tolerance Underground as much, it's still fun enough. And beyond Zero Tolerance, it's worth just playing, I guess, just to experience it. But it's not very good. But the original, I still think the original game holds up well enough, and it's really fun that it's worth playing that. It's a shame they don't have the 2-player mode, but
yeah, that's so crazy. I'm so glad that exists, though. That's nuts.
Yeah, well, one day we'll get together, buddy, and we'll.
Yeah, that's not completely impossible.
Yeah.
So I think it sounds like overall we showed the other first-person shooters on the Genesis Mega Drive. So I think it's safe to say that Zero Tolerance is the best first-person shooter on Sega's 16-bit console.
Yep, and possibly 32-bit as well. Because
well, yeah, there was Doom on that 32X, but
although Exhumed, or what do they call it you call it something different in
Power
America.
Slave.
Power Slave, or Exhumed, that was great on the Saturn actually.
Quake was not.
Quake wasn't too bad, I think.
Quake, or am I thinking of Doom? Doom on the Saturn was horrible.
Oh yeah, Doom on the Saturn was terrible. How does it? Because then they released Quake, and Quake had better lighting effects on the Saturn than it did on the PC. And people were like, "How have you done this?" But Doom was so terrible. Right. I think id Software was like, "We're trying to make up for it's like doing such a bad version on the Saturn."
One last thing we can mention, though, is you can still, if you want to try to play this 2-player, you can still get the link cable.
Oh yes, yeah. Let's bring this up.
I gave Graham a couple of links for the link cable. I showed mine. I definitely got it from that website, and it's not the same exact color, but it is that with that sticker on it because it says Mega Drive.
So this is from Wayback Machine. This web page right now that I'm showing.
Oh, okay.
So this is the Wayback Machine one, but then you've got this version.
Looks a little more trusting.
Yeah, which is this is MrAddons.com. So maybe
get it from him, Mr. Add-ons.
So This actually says the 3 games support this. Oh, wait,
Yeah, I
okay,
don't know
so...
about that.
Oh, whoa, I didn't mean to click on the image, sorry. Zero Tolerance, Beyond Zero Tolerance, and Doom 32X. Ooh.
Resurrection. That might be the fan released
okay, yeah.
thing.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I don't know. We can look more into that later. But I'm saying there's bound to be somebody out there that still wants this thing. So that's how you get it. Graham should get it because he doesn't own it yet.
Yeah, I might actually buy it. To be fair, it's $12.50. Yeah, maybe I'll...
I mean, I think you need it just to have it so that you have one.
Yeah. And I do have a Mega Drive. I have 2 Mega Drives set up next to me because I've got them both out of the attic. I've got a Mega Drive 2 and a Mega Drive 1. Both with the Mega CDs attached to them, one with a 32X.
Oh my gosh! Oh my!
Oh, and the Master System attached. I was just like,
Man.
I was like, I've just found this box. I found this box with the Mega Drive stuff. I was like, I'm bringing this down.
Okay. Well, yeah, that makes sense. I've only got my. Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, as I was plugging in the Mega Drive 2, I was like, with the 32X and the Sega CD, I was like plugging in. I was like, oh, I've got to have 3 power cables for this thing. We have to have one in each thing, and then I had to find the little cable that connects the 32X to the Mega Drive, and
yes,
yeah, that was fun. Mm-hmm.
That's just the struggles we go through for our passions. I have only the 32X plugged into a Model 2 right now next to me.
Okay.
But my master systems are in the closet. I do. When I was streaming, I think Tempo, I had 2 webcams set up so that I could show people that I was actually playing on a 32X.
Wow.
And the ridiculous power source. But Sega did put out at one point a power strip specifically to plug all those in so you could fit them all a certain way, at least in the States. I don't know if that was worldwide.
Yeah, so that's wild.
But I think that's just going to just about do it for the zero tolerance talk. Anything else to say about it, Graham?
Get it if you can.
Get it if you can. And as we said, the best first-person shooter on the Mega Drive and Sega Genesis is Zero Tolerance.
Yeah.
So let's hop into our plugs.
Yep, that's it. You gonna plug anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention Summer Games Done Quick. SGDQ just happened the past week before we were recording this, but they are always raising money for Doctors Without Borders, which is I'm going to quote from the site here, a humanitarian aid organization that works in over 70 countries around the world, providing life-saving medical humanitarian care, speaking out about what they see in those areas as well. And I should have checked. Let me check real quick how much they ended up raising overall. All together. Can I do that? I guess I could check out the last video. Sorry. But they had a lot of cool games, though. They had a lot of Sega-themed games playing. And I linked Graham a couple of here, but they had Sonic 2. Oh, I forgot to mention that. No joke. They opened the whole show with Sonic 2. And guess what strategy guide they jokingly had on the couch with them?
1 second. Hold on. Let's bring you up
again. I bought this on the Sunday that Summer Games Done Quick started. And that was when they started with Sonic 2.
Right. I'll share this now with
you can see it on his lap in the middle. So Summer Games Done Quick, it's speedrunners.
In the middle there.
Speedrunners, and they have people on their couch helping them describe the game and just talk through it and stuff. But literally the guide that I bought the same day this whole thing started was happenstance. And they are using it on the first game that they opened the show with.
That
was insane. But no, they had a bunch of Sega games playing. Sonic 2, Sonic Adventure 2. They had an Emerald Hunt mod. There was Sonic Heroes, Ray Force, also known as Galactic Attack, also known as Layer Section. Sega Marine Fishing that we have now is part of the Silly Block, which is incredible. The game that I mentioned that Rachel and I played, a basically like Crazy Taxi, but it's an ambulance saving people and saving lives. They had that as well, so that was a hilarious speed run.
Awesome.
Highly recommend. Watch the good boy save the kid from this dumb accident and stuff. It's hilarious. um, they had that, and then they also had Wirehead. So, which
Wait.
is just they instead of using the ambulance, you can do manual or automatic driving, or unlock people just carrying the stretcher down the road.
So just for the listeners, this game, as Scotty described before, is kind of like Crazy Taxi. You got to try and get like someone to the hospital or whatever. But rather than using the ambulance, there's two people putting a stretcher along the road, avoiding cars and people and stuff. It's pretty wild. Man.
Yeah, that video is like 11 minutes long. You got to check it out.
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
Oh man.
But no, they raise money throughout the whole thing, and I was trying to find how much Wirehead. Oh my gosh,
this was mentioned. Was this last episode you mentioned this one, or was it a couple of episodes ago?
Whenever
maybe?
we talked about Sega's 65-year.
That was so that was a couple of episodes ago. I think. Man,
Okay,
Wirehead
so
looks.
Let's see here. What's that?
I was meant to tell you. I know where this guy's from. Did I tell you?
Oh yeah. You figured it, or you remembered, or something.
Yeah. Okay. I was meant to mention it to the last episode, but so the guy from Wirehead who we spoke about previously, what was his name again? You remembered his name?
Oh crap! Don't remember.
Okay. Anyway, the main guy in it, he's an actor who's been in a lot of things, normally quite small parts and stuff. Steve Whitting. I remember him. I saw him. I was like, I recognize this guy, and in my brain, I could picture him kind of like screwing up his face and like doing a little angle like this. Okay. And I was like, what am I thinking of? Batman Returns. So in Batman Returns, there's a bit where the Penguin or Oswald Copperpot is running for mayor of the city, of Gotham City. And he's got these two, I don't know what they're called. The people who help the candidates, like publicists or whatever they're called. These two publicists to try and make him more appealing and like for like the citizens of Gotham City, and what he's like one he just doesn't really like, and he starts making like jokes to the Penguin and stuff, and the Penguin like sort of like starts making jokes back at them, and he sort of says something like or things could be worse, your nose could be oozing blood, and this guy sort of bending over like oozing blood, kind of laughing, like trying to be nice to the Penguin, but like kind of laughing and stuff. Like, what does that mean? And then the Penguin turns around and bites him on the nose, and like blood just starts gushing out of his nose, basically. And then he's like walking off, and like someone takes him away, and then like Christopher Walken's there, and he's like, "The new mayor, everybody, yeah, let's vote for him," sort of thing.
Oh gosh!
But that's where
I open up Messenger right there.
He's only in it for like maybe 2 minutes or something, and that's where I remember this guy from. So yeah, this is the guy. Yeah, so that's kind of what I remember, and they're kind of joking around and stuff. And then the next bit, Penguin turns around and bites him on the nose.
Yikes! There you go.
There we go. Yep. Sorry. Anyway, bit of a. I just had to say that. That's where I remembered him from, because I knew him from somewhere.
That's crazy. That's cool though. Yeah, Summer Games done quick. Just speedrunners. The speedrunning community is cool and awesome, and they raise money for a good cause. And this whole thing, it runs throughout the week, is a lot of fun. The different speedruns. It's the most fun when you find a game that you know really well, and then you watch someone just break it.
Yeah.
But Wirehead, they just basically play through the best way you can and everything. And I was trying to double check the total. So altogether throughout the week that they streamed, they raised $2.4 million for that benefit that they were doing.
That is fantastic. Wow.
Yeah. So really cool. It's fun to watch those things. The guy who did Wirehead, he just speed ran Who Killed Johnny Rock, I think it was what the game was called, but another FMV game. So that seems to be his bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, I recommend going through and finding the different runs. Like I was watching Resident Evil HD remaster, or the remake of the first one was really fun.
Oh, okay.
The Sonic Heroes one is broken and busted and fun. Sonic 2, it's a glitch run, so there's a lot of crazy stuff in there. Honestly, the Sega Marine Fishing, anyone needs to watch that, because they play it on a Dreamcast using the rod, and it's one of the pitch perfect examples of how goofy that speed running can be and how fun it is that people just get into it and don't care what people think. It's so much fun. Like they do like country accents and stuff as they're fishing, you know. So it's a good time.
I never played marine fishing.
So,
I've only played bass fishing.
It's harder than bass fishing, in my opinion. But
Okay.
a good time. I got to play more of those games.
That's cool.
I mean, those games get intense too. Like I remember I did stream the first bass fishing forever ago, and the chat was kind of popping off on like how close it, because it's fishing, it's basic stuff. So you can sit down and enjoy it and get into it. If you're using the fishing rod and everything, it gets crazy. So
yeah,
but that's what I wanted to plug was go back,
that's cool.
check out Summer Games Done Quick and all the good people that raise money by just playing games.
Yeah. And I am going to plug a website who probably don't need a plug, to be fair, but I don't know if you, well, we've actually sort of used them as sources for some news actually quite regularly.
Every episode.
Basically every episode we've used at least one article that they publish. It's Time Extension. So they cover a lot of retro news. Or like modern games, like homebrew news, indie games releases on retro systems, but they also do a little bit of some modern stuff as well. The thing is, though, I actually want to give them a shout out because I like the way they write their articles. There's so many freaking websites these days which write BS articles with really clickbait titles and stuff, and then they don't actually explain anything about the game, or they don't give much information about what the title is until really far down the page. So they do like a whole backstory of what it is. Like if it's sort of like new Sonic game announced or something, you'll click on it and then it'll be like Sonic the Hedgehog started in like 1991. Like, yeah, this famous hedgehog that everyone knows about. And it's like, oh my God. And then you've got adverts and paragraphs and adverts. And it's like, oh, and Sega has now announced there might be Sonic the Hedgehog 5 coming out, but we'll find out later. And that's what it is. And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Whereas Time Extension, they often get to the point very quickly, it's relevant, and I just think it's very good. I love the way they write. It's more traditional style video game journalism that we sort of, when the internet first became really popular and like all these blogs exploded, this is more along the lines of like what the gaming websites were like. And I'm really, really happy with what they do. So that's kind of why I use them as a source, actually, because I like the content they've been providing. So thank you, Time Extension. You guys are awesome. Keep up the great work. Yeah, there we go.
You get the Sega Spirit thumbs up.
Right, so that's it, I guess. But any listeners, any watchers or whatever, please let us know if you've played Zero Tolerance, if you've experienced in any form Mega Drive, Genesis, Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, if you've played Zero Tolerance Underground, Beyond Zero Tolerance, what you think of them. Did you play any of the other first-person shooters on Mega Drive or even Super Nintendo? Let us know what you think comparing them. And if you're like Scotty, have you collected everything you can possibly collect? I know you like me. Have you got an Evercade and you've bought multiple things to play just 2 games?
Jesus. Have you? Are you this cool? All right.
I love it.
Call us out or sign us off or something.
Well, with that, thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. Please do it. It helps us grow, and catch you later.
Welcome to the main event between 2 stars.
Hey, off breath, there's only 1 star here. My boy Sonic. He's in the groove with fresh moves. Button his blabbermouth and check out my man, Knuckle. He climbs, glides, butts through wall.
Okay, gentlemen, let's see some action. Take a look at that. Now take a look at this. Backwards compatibility. And now a word from our sponsor.
Trigger!